Here we Yeah, what is up? We are back for another Thursday night open bar. Rajay Company, of course, Todd and Shannon in the house, coming to us live from the back deck cam. So
for now,
well,
anyway.
Watch out for them children of the corn coming up from behind. But
It's not in corn there yet.
That's all.
They plant corn?
I think it's wheat or soybeans or whatever this year.
right.
I wish there was corn.
And then Mal will be here at some point. She didn't realize what time it was, I guess. So
I guess it's better.
she says, give her a minute, and then she will join us. But it is Thursday, which means kind of kick back, have some drinks, get ready for the weekend. And this is what we do. So welcome everybody that comes in to watch and hang out with us. Definitely enjoy having you here. And like Forrest Gump, that's all I'm going to say about that. So you never get enough Forrest Gump in your life. I'm just saying, Forrest Gump is always solid to have out there and be able to share a Forrest Gump moment.
To watch it first.
I have watched it. I just didn't enjoy it.
Like it though.
You didn't enjoy Forrest
Well,
Gump?
it was like when it first came out. I did not like it, but I didn't get the hype. But I bet if I watched it now, I would totally get the hype. After I've had some life lessons.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me, I don't know. Was it supposed to be a comedy? I found a lot of funny moments in it myself.
You're right.
I don't know when we saw it. I don't know if we saw it in the theater, maybe, but I feel like I may have laughed with parts of maybe some people didn't laugh. But I think overall, it's a feel-good movie by the end.
It's a coming of age.
Yeah,
it's coming of age, and it's one of Tom Hanks' best works, I think. So
it's a great movie.
There's a movie out that he's a man called Otto or
Otto. Yeah, I want to see that too. I haven't watched it yet. I got it on. I think it's on Netflix, maybe, or HBO Max, or now it's just Max. One of them, I think it's one of them. I think it's on. I do want to watch that.
It's on one of those we watched.
It was a little slow in the beginning, but by the end, it was
pretty good.
It was made you feel a lot of things.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's in the feel goods.
And the feel bads.
And the feel yeah.
It's based off an English adaptation movie. So
because I think the English one is a man called Otto, but the American is a man named Otto or whatever.
Just a little bit of an adjustment there. So we're going to find some stuff to watch, apparently, because I guess the writers are still on strike. If you're watching any of the TV shows, I mean, anything that's been done already is done, right? But I don't know what's going to happen in the fall. People are going to be like, I got no show to watch. Like return to reality TV again.
I feel like they were just on strike not that long ago.
That was years ago, but it felt like it wasn't that long ago.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
on
strike again?
Like maybe right after COVID or right before COVID.
Maybe. It seemed like it was forever before there was anything come on, and then on strike again.
We started watching a show called Silo on HBO Max.
Pretty good?
Yeah, like I've watched.
It's pretty good.
It's kind of about like in the future, and all these people live in this silo that's underground, and people they have this window, and
they say silo underground, but it's about
it's
40 stories.
No, it's like 100 something.
Whatever, it's huge.
Underground.
Yeah.
And then there's one level above ground, and then every so often somebody will be like, I want to go out, and if you say I want to go out, you're going out. And so they put this space outfit on you, and they have cameras, and so they're like, will you clean the cameras so we can see what's going on out there? And so they kind of clean the lens. And the thing is, it's are they computing this? Is it a screen where they're not really telling us the truth on what's out there? Or are they keeping us down here and the world's fine? Or is it really bad and they're protecting us? Yeah, it's kind of a mystery.
We've only watched 2 episodes so far, so we don't know yet.
Yeah, it's good.
You got to pay attention because it jumps around a lot.
Yeah. Future.
I would think if it was silo, they'd be in a tube, but it seems like they're in an underground condominium complex.
No, it is a tube.
It is a tube. Okay, it's just straight down,
multiple multiple, like
Yeah.
the what is her? Is it Rashida
Rashida
Jones?
Jones, yeah.
She's in it, and
Okay.
Common is in it. Tim Robbins is in it. But yeah, it's like if she was going to go down to like the bottom of the bottom floor, and she was going to be gone for a couple of days because it took her that long to get down there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's I don't know. Could you think you could survive living underground if you had to move everybody to move underground?
It's
I mean,
amazing.
I think if you had to, you probably I
Yeah.
get, but it would kind of freak you out. I think at some points, just be like.
But if you never known any different, because this is
I
like
mean, if you grew up in it, yeah, I guess. Oh, this is like later on, so a lot of people
they've
in
been
it.
down there for like 140 years.
Yeah. Wow.
What I found interesting though is none of them are pale. Like they haven't seen sunlight ever. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh, well, it takes a while before it starts to fade out. I know what you're saying.
Like they have
you know,
tans and stuff or whatever. Like they ain't even been out in the sun. Now you got tans, and how's your color?
You start to adapt. Well, unless they put tanning beds and stuff. I mean, they could have put this.
I mean, I guess they could.
They could have brought stuff down there for when they set it up. So
just one of those goofy things I thought about.
I'm sure there's a podcast about it.
Well, it could be. We're only 2 episodes in. So
Tal, we talked about it before. We're not as smart people. We watched how many seasons of Gilligan's Island and never questioned them not getting off. How much stuff they brought for a 3-hour tour.
But we didn't have the internet then. We didn't have the internet then.
We didn't need it. Nobody packs that much for a 3.
That.
When have you ever taken anything for a 3-hour tour besides just whatever you're wearing and getting on a boat? But all the furniture from the house and all the stuff they had for the professor's lab, like nobody takes all that for a 3-hour tour.
I never thought about that.
But that's how we are. We don't see that far out to it. We just go along with it. Yeah.
That's right.
That's why aliens keep going by. Like they're not ready. They're still watching Gilligan's Island. They're not ready. They're not ready for us.
Stop and check on it. It's like, no, give them a little more time.
They're getting sound signals like they're still watching Gilligan's Island.
Get a little drop in, just enough to, start talking about them again. I'm like, nah.
You're like, oh no.
I think I asked this question, and I think Marianne or Ginger, I think you all both picked Marianne.
I think I was more Ginger.
Ginger, yeah.
Yeah. Todd was more Marianne, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're stuck on the island. It's whoever.
Either will do. Either will do.
Hey,
after a certain point, even Gilligan might have to watch out. After a certain point.
Mrs. House. Yeah. Mrs. House would have came. Is it House?
How?
Mrs. House. I'm sure you all wouldn't have passed her over either. Ginger and Marianne probably got really tired.
She's pretty old, but yeah, you never know. And we got Gilbert's in the house. Cheers, my friend. Yeah, we've got your smoke, son. We got that Canadian pollution right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
They said New York is I think it's New York is like the worst air quality.
It was it was the worst in the world yesterday, and I think this morning, and now it got downgraded from like level 1 to like level 2 as far as being bad. So they're off to look a little bit now. Philly's getting it. Philly's like on a high alert, and then we're getting it tomorrow, so we'll be like a high 6 out of 6. They're like, don't even go outside. You can run your air conditioning, but make sure your inflows or whatever are covered. They got all kinds of stuff they're trying to.
I saw TikTok, and they were like, Americans are getting ready to come out and protest, and because they're like, wear a mask when you go outside, and they were like, Americans are getting ready to come out and protest and suck on the end of a tailpipe or.
When New York looked like it was freaking Armageddon on some of the video and stuff, it was so orange. It was just like you almost think you were on Mars if you were walking around. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But it could be in the air for a week or two, I think, on some of the stuff. But I think they're still trying to get the fires under control. So still got that happening.
So are the fires close to New York?
No, they're in Canada. They're in Ontario.
Well,
it's a huge wildfire. Well, across from Buffalo, where Joe is where Ontario. Joe should be getting a lot. He should be getting a lot of smoke up there too in Buffalo.
I would imagine so.
Yeah. Yeah, him and Kyle, No Hype, and all of them, up in upstate New York. Yeah.
Check on him.
Cheers. Sipping a PBR extra. Big Daddy's breaking out the PBR.
Big Daddy.
Extra.
Yes,
All
Daddy.
right. Going a little domestic. All right. Jimmy in the house. Cheers, cuffing stuff.
What's up,
What is
Jimmy?
up, my friend? I did not forget. I actually thought about that the other day. I still got to get in touch with you so we can get that set up. Do a collab stream or video. Rusty's in the house. Cheers, Rusty. Good to see you, my friend.
Hey.
Big Daddy also said ginger with exclamation points. So he's pretty adamant about that. It would be ginger. Wait for the ash. Yeah, it's just like you could feel a little bit. I was out there a little bit earlier. For those of you that may have saw, I ended up making a beer run I wasn't planning to make, but
Do you ever plan them though?
it's bittersweet because I got all raw J deals. So if you didn't see that video earlier, make sure you check it out because it was just like not the one I needed. It wasn't the one I wanted, but it was the one I needed. I forgot what I said, but it was just crazy deals, crazy. So talk about some of those beers here in a bit. Erie's in the house. What is going on, Erie? Happy Thursday. Hey, what's going on? Sick and Tired. Cheers, my friend. Welcome, welcome. I think Sick and Tired might be first time here, so appreciate you.
I'm sick and tired.
Got to give you the big old official welcome. I've been trying to work more stuff into the updated version. Welcome.
Oh my God.
Of what we're doing on here. So I only got two hands, and it's like all these different things you got to flip through. I need to get a producer.
Where's Vanessa?
She I don't know. She hasn't been on here for. I don't think she was here last week or maybe a week before.
She wasn't on last week at all, I don't think.
But this would be kind of a season for Vanessa to be out and about doing stuff.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
She was doing some stuff in the backyard, I know, and she's in Connecticut, so she may be getting some of that stuff coming her way too. So
Well, hopefully she's staying inside.
300 plus fires through Canada. Yeah, I saw the map of all the different ones taking place, which is making it so huge, and you can actually see it from outer space. So they had the satellite thing where you can see the smoke just enveloping coming down from Canada into the States.
Eric, are you safe?
Is he saved? Does he believe in Jesus? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I
You know how that is.
Now I'm curious. Are you?
We all know Gilbert isn't saved. We all have his Facebook. So.
Right.
Hey. Maybe he was when he was a kid, and now he can just do whatever the hell he wants. Yeah.
No, he's in Ontario, so he's in that zone where everything's taking place. I don't know how far he's from the fires, but our other buddy Dan, Western Canadian reviewer, he's out in Alberta. He sent me some pictures earlier this week, but they had some stuff a few weeks ago where they have fires, and it was just like crazy.
I never knew that Canada had like wildfire issues.
We got tons of forests, so I mean it can happen, depending on
nature and stuff like that. But
what if it comes back and it's like some dumb American that like threw ashes into the thing and started the whole thing? Wouldn't that be something?
Probably some dumbass American stuff.
It made me thinking that because I saw a thing the other day on Facebook, and it was at one of the parks, right? And they put a thing out there like, do not put your coals in the trash can, like the rubber trash cans, like you usually have, like Rumpke or whatever. Somebody put their coals at one of the state parks into it and like melted the whole thing down. And it's like these people are just idiots. There's these idiots still walking around out here. They're
everywhere.
Yeah.
Bless their hearts.
Yeah, bless their hearts.
They can't help it.
Those same people that I put like that one video out that try to pet the bison when they go to the state park. Like, you don't pet the bison. You don't do it. So
keep your hands in the door inside the whole time.
Yeah. Shout out to Trez. Trez is in the house early tonight. Cheers, homie. Great to see you, my friend.
Someone had poured one. This is what I'm drinking.
Oh, Evil Twin double barrel Jesus. Talking about Jesus. Look at that. Todd's bringing church into it tonight. What's the ABV on that one? 12%?
12% ABV. Imperial
Nice.
stout aged in bourbon barrels is all it says.
So one of the beers I picked up, I don't think you
Old too.
You didn't see the unboxing earlier, did you, Todd?
No, I didn't.
So one of the ones I picked up was actually Evil Twin. It was the Imperial Biscotti Break.
Oh, nice.
4-pack.
Let me guess.
No.
$6.99.
No, I'm gonna go with $8.95.
Not $8.95, not $6.99. Shannon's close though.
$9.99.
$9.99.
There you go. That's what I was gonna say at first, but then I was like, "No, you got it better than deal."
Oh,
No.
First answer.
I did get another one though that was $6.99 for another 4-pack, and I'm about to crack that open now. It is a double IPA. It is from Flying Fish out of New Jersey, which they just got bought by somebody. It is their Big Pineapple New Zealand double IPA because New
Ooh, I
Zealand
love the can art.
hops are becoming real popular, right? It's got the little New Zealand type feel,
Ooh.
So that's pretty sweet looking. And 4-pack of these, $6.99. There to close out. I'm just like,
that's a Roger deal for sure.
and then you check the date, and it's like, oh, it's still right in there. So okay, let me help you out and get these off your shelves. So I was like,
Who's the brewery?
Flying Fish out in New Jersey.
I love that. Might be my favorite can art I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of good can art.
It's pretty sweet. It's kind of like a tiki type feel to it.
It's like yeah.
You
like
think of
a
New
travel
Zealand,
tattoo.
then you think of the native people like New Zealand. I do like the
Or like Hawaii, the Hawaii.
or Hawaii, yeah, Samoan, yeah. It's got that
Samoan,
nice
yeah,
feel to
Samoan.
it. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool artwork.
Yeah, I love that.
Now I put it into glass. And it smells so nice.
Okay, so I have a beer question.
Okay.
So, can you smell more of the beer? Like, I would think the more head on it, like the more like aroma comes off of it, so you can smell it better.
Right.
But like, can you smell it better when it's got all the foam on the top, or when the foam is gone?
When the foam is on the top.
Yeah, because it's like bubbling out.
Yeah, you want to have that's why you always want to have a head on your beer, is to unleash the foam so that it releases the notes and everything of it. So that'll bring more out.
Unleash.
So for the smell or the like, you can't, like when you pour a root beer and the foam tastes really good, but it's like you can only take a little bit of. Never mind. But you know, it's like.
What were you gonna say?
You can only put so much of that foam in your mouth, and then it's like too much air, and you can't like actually like when you take a drink of actual liquid, it's easy to like swallow it, but like when it's all the foam.
Yeah. Well, with the foam, you want to have it like 2 finger or 1.5 inches. Most people just see 2 fingers because it's easy to remember that, so that I have enough on it. If you have a bigger head, like I had a little bit more, I had about 3 finger, and that opens up more notes.
I can't.
Oh, you know you want to. I know what you're thinking there.
No, I'm not saying that. No, it's way beyond that. Yeah.
But that's how you measure. That's how you measure. You know, it's an easy way to.
That's what she said. That's how you measure. Yes, I will give that one to it.
It was C.
No, that.
But it's not bad. So I'll do a review on this one here. Let me see here. And to Gilbert's point, nearest fire is about 3 to 4 hours from where he's at. So he's not right there on top. Ontario's a big province, so he's got a good amount of distance.
You know better geography than I do, Rod, because I have with Canada. I should expand my mind. I should learn that.
I mean, I just know the size of it. I mean, because we went to Toronto before, but it's just like Ontario is just one of those huge spaces up there. I don't know if they're all that way, but like Ontario's kind of got like that weird cut in it too, because you think like they could make like 2 or 3 out of it and just goes down and it comes up, wraps back up around like where the Great Lakes and stuff. It comes back up again, but they have
Toronto's on the West Coast, though, right?
No, Toronto's in Ontario. It's right there on the east.
It's over by California.
That's where Alberta is, like
Alberta
that way. Yeah,
Toronto's like
above New York,
Niagara Falls area.
right across from Niagara Falls. Yeah, I mean that's why Joe goes over to Toronto and stuff from time to time, because he's right there at the border, basically. And those guys come over to see Joe.
I'm worried about Joe now. Send him a message.
Oh, he's fine. Well, I know he was on a stream a few days ago, but that was before the fires, I think. We're really starting to come in. People are remedial these days for sure. Yeah, it's just, we talked about it before. It's just like, I don't know. Maybe it's maybe it's the education system it is now. Feel bad for them. Just remember, these people will be taking care of you when you're old. So yeah, you should feel bad for you, because they're going to have to push you around.
It sounds like a tomorrow problem, not a today problem.
Oh, it's definitely a tomorrow problem. I saw a video earlier where they couldn't even read a clock right. They weren't used to it because they're used to digital.
No, No, I saw this TikTok and it was talking about Gen Z. They can't read cursive. They can't like read a clock or whatever. And then the lady was like, oh, or no, the guy was like, oh, they can't run a steam engine. They can't, like all like society's like progressing. So like,
Yeah.
Well,
it's
hell,
really
I can't run a steam engine.
right, and that's what they're saying. Like back when we
All
were
these
driving,
things that, yeah.
like when a car came out, then
Yeah.
people were like, they don't even know how to run a steam engine or whatever. But it's like, yeah, because we have cars now,
Yeah.
So
That's when you say, okay, boomer. That's just too far to go back.
but one time it wasn't.
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah, depending on what the time was.
Yeah.
Going Lambic tonight. Small Belgian brewer in Lambic Fabrique. Start out Oud Creek. My French is so off now. I should never let my languages go. I could do French and Spanish at one time, and now it's just
I wish
bits and pieces.
Used to be decent at Spanish, but yeah, I let that go too.
But I'm like, I live in Sellersburg, Indiana. Like, what am I going to do with that? Like, I would, if I was
a lot more than you would have thought back then, for sure.
I mean, like, if I was going to travel, yeah, but I'm just stuck here in Podunk, Indiana. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I didn't know what I was going to be in the beer as much as I went out, I took German back in the day too. That would have been cool to take.
Oh yeah.
To learn some of that. And at one point, I had one of my friends. I had a couple friends. I had a few friends from Japan, but a couple of them were teaching me Japanese at one point. We were in college, but that was kind of just the slang type stuff. I don't remember any of it now, but
that seems like that'd be hard language to learn.
Yeah. What was hard was my friends that were Chinese and figuring out how they write stuff and the symbols.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be harder to read than.
I'd be like, I ain't messing with any of that.
It's like you'd have to be an artist just to write a sentence.
People actually learn how to pour a beer. You become bloated and belch when you pour a beer slow on the edge without the foam. Most people don't know that. Got to have the foam pour. Yeah. And there's been times in places and you just see people pour stuff. And this is something like, for those that watch Bar Rescue, I know John Taffer talked about on a couple episodes before we bring people in and show them how to pour beers. But it's amazing how many times I've been in places and it's bar staff just aren't trained on how to do that. You think like we're just pouring a beer, right? It can't be that hard. But seriously, like we ran into it when we do like the beer fest. People know how to pour beer at the beer fest. They don't know how to pour the tap handles and put the head on it so we can smell the beer and all that kind of stuff. So it is something that some people just don't know how to do. And even if like it goes to the point like for Guinness, where Guinness, you can actually go to the brewery in Dublin and you can actually get a certificate on the official way to pour a Guinness beer, because here in America, a lot of places don't even pour Guinness beers right compared to how it should be poured. So,
have you seen videos of what Trez was saying there, where the guy pours a beer with some head and then pours the beer the right way? It's got a little more head, and he takes like a twisted up paper towel and dunks it in the first glass.
Yeah, that was John Taffer. Yeah, that does that.
That was it.
Yeah, but he's a little sloppy when he did it on there. But I mean, he could have done a little bit better. He's kind of rushed through it. But it's like, it's like if you put it with no head, and like Trez is saying, you get bloated. That's why you belch a lot when you're doing the beer.
It shows the beer just exploding all over, over the glass or whatever.
Because you have to get the gases out of it as well. And people are like, but people will be in the bar like, I don't want your head. They're thinking they're going to squeeze as much as they can off that beer, right? They're like, don't give me any head. I want it to be all beer. Like,
you're right.
You're really messing up your experience.
But like, I would rather, like, if I got one with a bunch of head, I'd be like, and I gotta wait to drink this.
There's a difference between a bunch of head and the actual proper amount of head. Now you don't want it where you have a glass and it's like this much head. No, you don't want to do that if you're in a bar, but you want to have it like up here.
Oh, okay. Just like a little slight layer.
Well, like you said, 2 fingers.
Yeah. Yeah, because you get too much.
Yeah, because that wouldn't take long to evaporate.
But I mean, if that much, people pour that much like his head, then that's
what's in your money?
Yeah,
you're not getting your money's worth.
But in some styles, depending on the style, if you can actually put a head on it as well, because some styles aren't going to hold a head as long, like sours aren't going to hold them as long. Some of your higher ABV like stouts and stuff, and a lot of your higher ABV beers. I think that's one of the reasons why they moved to like kind of the snifter. They go to the snifter because of the alcohol. They say, well, it's higher ABVs. We got to put you in a smaller glass so you don't drink too much. I've had high ABV in big glasses. I have them in little glasses. You're still okay to do it that way if you can, what your alcohol level is. But at the same point, it's not going to really hold a head as much. So if you put it in the smaller glass, it doesn't stick out as much as when you did it in the bigger glass. You know what I mean? It's kind of It's a trick I think they do, and they still pay you. You still got to pay up for it, but it is what it is. So,
Right.
what are you thinking, Shannon? What is that? What's going on with Shannon? I see the wheels turning.
I wish you could put that on a shirt, but now I totally forgot what you said. But it made sense.
Write it down. Where's your notebook? You got to get these ideas together. And we'll put them on a shirt.
But it's not going to be beer related.
We'll open up an annex. Well,
It could be like an oxymoron. Like if a beer guy or some, they're like, "Oh, I know what that means," and then if a non-beer, they're like, "Oh, that's a dirty shirt."
Oh, yeah, I know what that means.
Yeah. Let's see here. Thomas Meadow in the house. What is going on, my friend? Sipping on some Knob Creek 9. Very nice. The smoky wood smell in the morning makes me hungry. Yeah, get back. Waking up and having smoke in the woods. Because that's what people say. It smells like a campfire, so people are smelling it.
Way to be an optimist.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, I talk about some of those beers that smell like campfire, some of those stouts. I'd be like, yeah, I just want to have a beer now and sit by the fire,
Like, do you think that they put like
not the big fire, just a little fire?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think they put like liquid smoke in some of those beers to give it that? Because like liquid smoke smells like that. So do you think they like cut corners and put like liquid smoke in the beer sometimes?
Well, I mean, you can get it out of the other stuff they're doing to ferment things from the grains in the barrel and all that kind of stuff. But some do put things in there similar to that. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I think with liquid smoke, I think you see it more like in some of the distilling type things possibly. But it could, a brewer can, if they can work it into it somehow.
Yeah, hard telling these days.
Yeah. I mean, you get that bacon and you get that maple in some of these beers. Like the one I had last week was that maple rock beer. And that was just like a campfire, which I may crack one of those open here and again. You would think that had the smoke or that had the ability of being that campfire type situation. But,
So like that beer, like I would feel like if that smell would be like a very rich, like beer to drink. Like we taste a lot of beers and I'm like, it tastes delicious, but there's no way I could drink a whole glass of that.
No, that's
like a maple smoky beer tastes like, it sounds like.
I mean, the ABV was only, I think 7% on it. So it's not really heavy.
But the taste of it.
Yeah, the taste of it. I had one time but against the grain. And
yeah.
And I had a little pour, just like a taster of it. And I was like, oh, this is pretty good. By the time I got 3 or 4 drinks into it, I was like, it's almost too rich. Whatever. Yeah. It's almost like full of you kind of started getting the taste of like bacon grease or something. It was just like, it was good at first, but I don't know that I can finish this.
And that's the problem. You can have some. I'm gonna say it depends on how it was kind of done and how it comes across. When I've had beer, like for instance, I've had beer with bacon, and I've had some bacon beer where it just wasn't good. You think bacon makes everything better, and I've had some great bacon beer. So you can overdo it at the same point too, where it's good going in at one point, but then it goes too much. It's like the sweet stouts. You get these great dessert tasting stouts, but after a point, they're too sweet and they start to bog you down and stuff. So it's like, I don't want this in a 22 ounce or I don't even want it in a 12 ounce. If I can just get like a 6 ounce or a half, I'd be happy with it just to put something different on the palate and not have to soak up the rest of it type thing.
A lot of those, you definitely, even if I had a 12 ounce, you just split it with somebody. Like 6 ounces each. It'd be like
stouts and sours are the ones that I'm like, this is delicious. It's so good. But it's just like a shot glass of it, like a flight of it would be perfect with those things. But there's no way I could drink a whole glass of it.
Like, like a 4 ounce pour then,
Well, that's why people love Dragon's Milk, because they've got it down to kind of a science on how they do them when they do their variants, that they don't come across as being over the top or anything like that, and they do that nice smoothness throughout, and easily just sit back and enjoy those.
Yeah, they definitely.
Now I want to go I want to start a fire and drink beer.
I told bartender how to pour when they screw up. Hey, it's my beer. Pour it right there. That's good. That's awesome. You do that, Trez. So yeah, you gotta point it out for us. I've done that before, and I've asked them before, and yeah, I mean, like I said, and that's when I find out some of them were never really trained on it. They don't really know that. It's kind of like the places I like to go to get beers. They'll have like the rinsers, and if you're in a place, you know what the rinser is.
Yeah.
Part of the tap thing is they have a rinser on the end usually, which will rinse cool water in the glass before they actually put the beer in. And that actually cleans it up to make sure there's no sanitizer or things like that on it. and it gives it that nice ability when you put the beer in, it'll get the nice head on it and do all that stuff, blah, 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 make it beer class clean. And not every place has that type of thing. And sometimes you'll get beers that get to you, and they'll have like the bubbles sticking to the side. Well, those glasses technically are clean, but they're not beer glass clean because they're hooked in with sanitizer. And it's kind of like, and I know people that send those beers back, when it comes, it's like, get this in a different glass because that's not clean for what I want. I don't want to taste the sanitizer. I want to taste the beer. And a lot of those people just don't know that work there.
Right.
Like they've never been trained on it.
Or just think that the beer's bad itself.
But that's so funny. Like when we go to festival, like Paul will pull a glass up and then he'll always look at it before he pours it. And I'm like, why? Who cares?
Oh, it matters.
That's why.
Yeah. Because I mean, when you think of taste, the first part of it is actually visually. How you look at it visually.
Yeah.
The next part of it is going to be how it comes off on the nose as the aroma. And then the third is going to be when you actually taste the beer, right? So all those things are together. If you look at something and it doesn't look appealing, it's already going to affect how your taste is probably going to be about that beer. So when they present it, they want to present it in the best light possible for you to enjoy it.
Kind of like Spam. Like I look at it, I'm like, that's not going to taste good.
Because beer should be an experience. It should be an experience.
I just had an idea. Like, so we have these breweries and they're not like, I feel like there should be levels of them. Like we go, and then so like, cause I don't pay attention in that stuff, but I like the beers, I'll drink those beers, but like, I don't look at how much that head it has on it. I don't know about smelling it, or I just like the beers, you know, so they should like have levels like A, B, and C, like B, like this is like, you really want a good beer. Our staff is like, they know exactly what you're looking for, like an experience level of beers.
Hey, yeah. I mean, some places will have people that actually teach you about the beer as well. Here's Mal to join us.
Hey, Mal.
So some people will have people on hand that basically are kind of like their beer concierge, so to speak, and they can actually, do that kind of stuff as far as talking about the beer and what kind of beer you may like. And those places are always nice when they have somebody that actually knows what they're talking about on stuff. I've been at some places and people just don't know the beers they actually have. They're like, oh, I never had that beer. I don't know anything about that beer. And then it doesn't really give you a comfortable feel and actually take anything they suggest, right? Or you're kind of like, okay, if you know beer, you're like, okay, well, I'll just pick it myself. But if you don't know beer, it's kind of like,
right.
Well, just give me a Blue Moon or give me a Bud or give me something. You're kind of like, So I think all places have someone established to be able to explain the beer to people when they're there. That's my view.
We all have a right to our views.
What's up, Mal?
Whatever your name is.
I'm only like an eighth of this beer in too, so.
Oh goodness. We're off to a good start then.
What are you drinking tonight?
I have Crystal Lake Brewing Company's Wake Maker. It's a session IPA.
What?
So doing something a little different for myself. I know. This one is pretty hoppy. I think it's about 60 IBUs. They don't list the IBUs, but I think it's right around 60. So
okay,
it is a little hoppier than my usual style.
Hit you in the face a little bit there with that one.
Just a smidge. I'll probably make a face on the first sip, so try not to judge too harsh.
Remember back in the 80s, bitter beer face was a thing that people tried to avoid, right? So.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Commercials were hilarious.
John Pierre in the house. Cheers, my friend. See Tress is laughing a bunch of head like.
Oh, head.
See, that's something. Hold that up there, Mal. See, I like that. I like that part because that's going to actually bring out the notes. It's going to bring out the fragrance of the beer, and you're able to get that presence on the nose. Yeah.
I smell them.
What else is in it? Like, it looks grapefruity.
I mean, it has a little bit of a grapefruit front, but I think that's just from the hops that they used. Let's see if they tell me what they used here. Of course, it doesn't look like they do. Traditional IPA, perfect for a day on the water. That's literally what they tell me.
They need to invest more in their
marketing. The hops front and center, though, so.
They need some more interns.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's only a 4.8, and I decided to start a little lighter this time.
Yeah, like last time we were on here, we were up to 1 a.m. I had to get up and go to work. Like I had to be at work at 6:30, and
You did it like a boss. You did it like a boss, right?
Yeah, and it was the most fun ever, right?
It was a lot of fun in the time, but like when I was doing, I'm like, that's a tomorrow problem. And then tomorrow came, and I'm like, oh Jesus, this should have been a yesterday problem.
Well, at that point, it was a yesterday problem, right? So
yeah, well,
And she got to work tomorrow too. So
yeah, I'm
Nice.
like so I'm aiming to get off of here at 11. So I'll be like, okay, 11 is, and then I'll be like one more, and then so maybe 11:30ish.
yeah, I'm targeting around that as well. So
yeah, so I was gonna say
When's the last time this show ever ended at 11?
But see, it's unfair.
we did last week.
because
Last week we were like 11:15 or something, I think, or something like that. We didn't go as late last week.
But Mel's
It happens.
an hour behind, so it makes it hard.
Yeah, well, I know we got Mal here. She's an hour behind, so yeah. She'll be like, it's only 10:30 here.
Yeah.
When you sent me that message, it didn't say Eastern time, so I just like hopped in the shower. I'm like, oh, I got plenty of time then. Yeah, you meant 9 Eastern. And I do apologize because I didn't think of that. So I'm in the bedroom. I'm tidying, doing some laundry, and I'm like,
You said give me 1 minute, and it was like 20.
now.
You said give me 1 minute. I'm like, that's a long minute.
Well, that's why I
what
responded,
time
oh,
are you
well,
going?
I didn't look at the clock. Like, I realized, oh, I still have time. No, I didn't. And apparently my phone is insane and just started playing Surfing Safari at random.
That
Listen,
has to
that
mean
was fun.
something.
You have to have Siri listening.
Well,
That's what
I
it
mean,
means.
during the shower, I had Pandora on playing, but I turned it off, and it hasn't been on all this time I've been chatting with you. And without touching my phone, all of a sudden it decided to play Surfing Safari. So I blame the ghosts or possibly the ancient aliens. Not sure which.
Or the wildfires.
Or both.
Yeah, or that too. Yeah. So
It could be the aliens, because we were talking about Gilligan's Island earlier and them not landing because people still watch it. And
yeah,
Surfing USA would have been out around that same time Gilligan's Island was on TV. So maybe it is the aliens.
it has to be.
They may be running a test.
Mal, it doesn't matter that you weren't here. It just matters that you're here now.
Okay, well, just in case it is the ghosts, if you see any shadow people behind me, let me know. And
Yeah.
we'll all be good.
I would never let you know.
Oh.
No, because I don't want to scare you. They're not going to hurt you.
That's probably true.
And it's
Unless
just
the
gonna
shadow person is Chew.
Or she might want to.
I mean, unless it's the one that's chasing Carol Ann, like in Poltergeist, you wouldn't trust that ghost.
You're right.
Well, I don't
No,
know what
that
that
one
would look
wasn't
like,
nice.
but I'm going to Google it.
Had Carol Ann confused. Go in the light. No, don't go in the light.
Go
He
to
said
the
go
light.
in the light.
That was a pretty scary movie.
Yeah. That's Craig T. Nelson before he was coach.
Yeah.
So,
Oh
yeah.
my God, I loved Coach.
Eric, I
What
feel
was
that
his
we
big tall
want barbecue
friend's
too.
Goop.
Goober, Dabber.
That's what I was gonna say. Dabber or
So I remember him from the Stephen King movie more like MON spells moon than from Coach.
I was going to say Goober too, but I think it's like Dobber.
Maybe Dauber.
I'm gonna look it up now because now I
That's
gotta
not
know.
it. That's not it. It's close.
So Big Daddy
You're in the
agrees.
House.
Smoke would make him want barbecue as well. Yeah, barbecue in the air.
No.
Right here, love some smoke. I definitely do too. And yeah, the one from last week, I may have to have another one of those because that was really good.
Yeah.
I got it right, didn't I? Dauber. It's Dauber.
I knew it was beyond a D.
Coach.
Damn right, Big Daddy. Blake's in the house. Cheers, Blake. What is going on, homie?
What's up, Blake?
Thomas Meadow says Mallory in the house. Cheers, cheers, cheers. RS is in the house. Goose Island IPA. I think I scared your dad last week
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
because he disappeared. Because he put his beer, and I was like, well, we don't really celebrate that beer on here, and he disappeared.
Oh.
Never came back.
and like, I don't know if that scared him or not, but yeah, that's like, I said, that's the one beer we don't celebrate around here.
He's like, "Oh, I'm out."
The more you know.
It's like, RS, you can come back. I don't know what happened. So I said, I guess he didn't talk to Mallory about that.
Apparently, it never came up in conversation, I guess.
Yeah. But great to have you, my friend. Gilbert Men in Black. What about the Men in Black?
It's the
The
alien theory.
aliens.
Oh,
For
well,
playing Surf and Safari for everyone.
oh, okay, yeah. Well, I was saying that 4 is because the Knight's falling behind Todd and Shannon there now too. So I don't know if he was
I love the night.
referencing that.
And
Can
there's
you guys
like,
see a lot of stars out there? Because you don't have a lot of lights.
no, we don't see enough stars.
Not as many as you would think, but
I hate that.
there's so much like
Light around our
surrounding light of
like
street lights and
Louisville
Louisville
and,
to the lights in Louisville, and it's kind of.
I feel like you'd have to go to Montana to actually, or Wyoming or someone like that to really see that many stars
Arizona.
nowadays.
What is
I've been to Arizona, but Arizona still has some stuff out there. 'Cause I've been to Tucson.
That's where I was 17 and I went to Tucson, and we were like out in the kind of on a deserted road when I went with Kendra. And Tombstone, we went to Tombstone.
Yeah,
We went to Tucson. And I remember we pulled over on the side of the road, and the stars were so close. It just felt like you could just reach up and grab them. And
Yeah.
I mean, that's like an ingrained memory in my head about how beautiful it was. And there were so many, and they were like so close. I want to go back.
The best place I've ever seen all the stars is freshman year in college. We drove cross country from Morgantown to Oakland, San Francisco.
Oh, wow. How was
And
that?
we went through Albuquerque, New Mexico, and it was just like stars galore. And then the way Albuquerque sits, you kind of come into it from a higher elevation, but it's just down when you're in Albuquerque, they have all the city lights, and it just like stands out like pretty cool and stuff. So I can kind of see why aliens probably went to Roswell, because I mean it's like, nice little area down there, a little landing pad, and just don't go where all the lights are like Albuquerque. You can find a little spot like Roswell. You can land over there, grab a milkshake, do what you're gonna do.
Is that is that area 24 area
51, Roswell.
51? Is that
That's Roswell, New Mexico. Yeah, but Albuquerque was a beautiful city to go through at night. That was back 88, so I don't know what it's like now. It's obviously got more stuff on top of it because all the people probably moved out there. But yeah,
humans ruin everything.
That's what has to happen. I still believe in the scene from The Matrix. When he's talking to Lawrence Fishburne's character, basically saying people are like a what did he use? What did he call us? He said humans are like, it wasn't like a plague. It was basically self-destruct. Like all the everything in life works together except humans that try to tear down stuff. And it was basically calling us that. I can't think of what he used for the term.
I don't know. I can't think of
We only care about ourselves. Like I feel like all the other animals care. I mean, I don't know. They stick to their like air. They don't worry about what everybody else is doing. That's where the problem comes in. Everybody's worried about
parasite. He called us a parasite.
Yeah,
he said humans are like parasites. Yeah.
We are a parasite.
Like the perfect term for it too.
Yeah.
But I am.
Mosquitoes coming for you and Todd and Shannon.
Now you'll know when they are, Big Daddy, because we're going in.
I think that light might be working.
It might be. Got a bug zapper below us.
Because
So.
the bugs were bothering me before, and now they're not bothering me. And they're not going for the screen either.
But it's
still the dude with the hair on H&M. That dude.
Oh man.
The dude with that hair. I know you're talking about the dude with the puff of hair. He's always on the Ancient Alien stuff. Yeah.
Okay, if he's my shadow figure back here, tell me.
So you can shake his hand.
Don't want to be with him.
He's like, he's like a freaky type dude too.
Oh my God, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What about the little creepy woman? The little creep that she was warning them all. Are we talking about Poltergeist still?
No, we're talking about the guy on the History Channel that has like the hair.
Yeah.
But the lady from Poltergeist, you talking about the woman? She talks to Carol Ann, trying to direct her out. Yeah.
That movie screwed with me.
She died, didn't she?
Yeah,
she died as well. No, Craig Nelson's still alive.
Yeah.
Joe Beth Williams is still Beth Williams. Joe Beth Williams. I think it's Beth Williams. She's still alive.
I think there is quite a few of them that have.
The little girl that was Carol Ann died.
There's like a poltergeist.
They were talking about being
a bunch of them died.
movie or something.
Yes.
Maybe they
These are disease that cancer the planet. You are a plague. Was it the plague though? But
Jeez.
I think he called him a parasite as well. Now I got to find my thing.
Oh my God, I love that.
Now I got to see.
Human beings are a disease, a cancer of the planet. You are a plague, and we are the cure. Oh my God.
Where is it here?
Give me just 1 second, guys. I gotta.
Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy.
You are a plague, and we are the cure.
Yeah, that part was part of it.
Who's Agent Smith? Is he from Men in Black?
No, Matrix.
We're talking about way too many movies. We've been talking about Men in Black, Poltergeist.
No, he was talking about the Matrix.
He called it not a plague. He called it a parasite. He called it a virus.
Virus.
He says, like better. He says every mammal on this planet instinctively develops a natural equilibrium with the surrounding environment, but you humans do not. You move to an area and you multiply and multiply until every natural resource is consumed. The only way we can survive is to spread to another area. There's another organism on this planet that follows the same pattern. You know what it is? A virus. And then he says human beings are a disease, a cancer of the planet. You're a plague, and we are the cure. Yeah.
We're awful. I hope we get hit by a comet tonight.
But it's interesting, you know, I was always a fan of the Matrix ones, although by the third one, it kind of like, what are we doing here now? But there's some intellectual parts of, like, especially like the first one that just kind of strike the things. If you're actually paying attention to it, it really hits with a lot of stuff. And it's funny just because the time frame that we're in right now, it was kind of like the stuff they had happening in the movie. You could relate back to some of that stuff, you know, whether it's the whole woke or anti-woke type thing. And it's basically Neo being awoken up to a lot of stuff that was actually taking place out of where he was when he wasn't woke type. There's a lot of good stuff that comes from that movie.
I love Neo.
Yeah.
I need to go back and watch that.
Yeah. But if you watch it, you break it down and you tear it apart a little bit. It's pretty intriguing.
I'm telling you, if you want your mind to be blown and like be a recluse for like 6 weeks, you need to watch Dark. It's about like time, like it's. I mean,
I would say it's about your backyard right now.
Yeah. No, but it's like it's.
Hey, at least you still see us a little bit though.
Yeah, from the light from the iPad.
Yeah.
Probably that. Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, Dark was the most complicated and most like. It was so complicated, but then you'd have like these little light bulb moments because the story is so hard to tie together. It's like a portal to time, and they'll like go back. I can't even explain it. It's so complicated, but I mean, I want to go back and watch it again.
Back to the Hot Butcher, still undefeated, double IPA. Very nice.
That one's really good.
And then we have Ancient Aliens. He looks like he's hair plugged. Yeah, he does. The hair, I mean, if there was a guy that had a poof, he'd be the guy with the poof that he actually has on there. So. And he's always smiling. Like, what are you always smiling about? Like, what is going on that you're always like got that smile on your face?
Who are you talking about?
The guy from Ancient Aliens with the big hair. Like he's smiling like he has a Cheshire smile. Like he ate the cat, like a Cheshire cat or whatever. Like he just ate the canary or something.
He's just very confident and it's crazy. It's cool.
Yeah, or he's high on drugs.
Probably.
If he's high on drugs, I can understand it. Like he has that Jeff Fast Times at Ridgemont High. What was the last name? Spicoli. Like kind of grin on him sometimes. Like, were you just out in the van, like token before you came onto the studio and do the show? Like he's got that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Spicoli. Yeah, dude.
If people are parasites, what are gators?
Reptiles.
Food for the parasites.
Reptiles.
Teenage sister from Poltergeist is strangled by her boyfriend in real life. So yeah, so I guess that was a tragedy. So the little girl to play Carol Ann had died because she died like in a helicopter type thing that happened years ago.
Was it a helicopter? I thought she was sick, like when she was 12 or
was
something.
Was she sick?
Like
I thought someone had a helicopter. I thought it was.
Yeah, I'm thinking she had. I'm thinking she had some sort of.
Yeah, I thought it was like childhood leukemia or something like that took her when she was like 12 or 13. No, 11 or 12.
Played the daughter. Dominique, who played the eldest daughter, strangled by boyfriend Justin Thomas Sweeney. 4 actors in Poltergeist have since died, and people think the film is cursed. I mean, it's only 4 though, right? Like,
I mean,
but
if
there
you
wasn't
look
that
at
many in it to begin with, really.
if
Like,
you look at the death toll from Wizard of Oz, that's a lot higher, but it was a much older movie. So
well, one didn't even let the set get even done. Like, one just did it mid shooting, right? Like with that scene where he was hanging in the background.
I
that's
was gonna
the
say you could
story,
actually
but I don't
see
know
it in
that
the
it's
movie.
true.
Yeah,
I thought that, like, you could see. I thought people said you could see it there where he actually swung. He was
They-
swinging in the back of one of the
Honestly,
scenes.
there's a shadow back there, but you can't say what it is. It's I don't know.
well, I think that's what they're saying it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you can actually really tell that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not obvious to me when I tried to find it years ago, so it just looked like a shadow from like a boom mic or a tree or something. Of course, I don't know if they had boom mics back then, but still.
Might be people's minds and tricks being played on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Throw something out there and then just like, oh yeah, you see what? Oh, maybe that's what it is. Okay.
But I think Gone with the Wind is cursed because I'm pretty sure the entire cast of that one's gone now.
Yeah, but they were all old. They'd be all
That
old
is
by
an old
now.
movie.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Take the whole cast of.
Yep, Casablanca, totally cursed.
You're right.
Yeah, she
Nobody
did die.
survived that one.
She did die of a medical condition. I thought it was something with a helicopter, though. Oh,
It's so good out here.
Yeah, that's
but it's
what I was-
like, I mean, four deaths. I wouldn't call it curse. I may call it bad luck. I mean,
But I mean, you gotta think was there like 6 people in the movie though?
well, I mean, there was 4 that died, right? But then you have the old lady that was the one helping them. I mean, she lived a whole life, so you can't say she died from it, really.
Yeah, the main cast was
Right.
like 9 people.
Yeah.
There were the 2 camera
Yeah.
guys, the 4 in the family, the bad guy who didn't move the cemetery, and the lady who came
Wasn't there
back.
5 in the family? I thought there was a brother.
oh,
There was
yeah,
a
you're
brother.
right.
There was a brother because the tree
So
freaked
the whole
him
cast
out.
was 10 then.
Yeah.
10
Plus, he
people
was the
was
one that
last.
said he slide across the kitchen floor or whatever
Yeah.
was the boy,
In
wasn't
the
it?
microwave. I remember.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, ET couldn't be everywhere, so
They are everywhere.
got some good stuff from those Native Americans in the desert when you interviewed him about aliens. That's why he smiled. Probably so. You probably did get the good. They're probably like, you're the one guy we'll talk to, that's here on Earth. And they probably
And they
give us some
won't
good.
believe you when you tell them that you saw me.
You're right.
They're like, you're still smoking that weed?
Yeah, you're-
We got better stuff.
Oh my God.
We've been all over the galaxy. We got the good stuff here, right? Gorilla Biscuit smile. He does. He smiles all the time, like crazy.
He's
Down
really-
history. Your dad's having another one from that brewery, so I'm not going to mention it. So
Yeah, he didn't catch on.
Did I mention my father can be a bit of a troll? Because
yeah. Not with the. I don't know if he knows the history of that brewery or not. So
Most people don't, Rod. Most people don't.
yeah. But yeah, so let's see there. So that was. I'm caught up on the comments. What do you want to get into now? Beer news was kind of slow this week.
You
I don't
say
know
that
if you
every
guys
week.
saw anything.
No, last week was pretty
We
decent.
had stuff last week, yeah.
Yeah.
But I got a couple things, so we can jump
But I
over
didn't
to.
I didn't really see a lot this week either, actually.
We can jump over to a couple of the things I got here. So let's see here. Beer news. We have right thing. Of course, because it's only been a week, or however many weeks it's been now. You can't have a week without talking about Bud Light at some point, right? So after 22 years of being the number one beer in the United States, Bud Light has officially fallen to the second spot. Modelo Especial is now the top selling beer in America.
I do like Modelo better.
Yeah.
I still can't get over that. That's the number one.
Modelo?
Modelo?
Yeah.
Well, now it is because people are not drinking Bud Light.
Well, no, I know,
Modelo was creeping up for a while though.
well, I know that, but that's still.
Yeah.
I don't
You know what's funny about that though? Modelo is the #1 beer now in the U.S., but people are still pissing their pants about migrants. Just saying.
That good.
Just saying.
Hypocrites.
We'll take your beer, but we're not taking your people.
We're the worst. We are the worst.
But also, that also kind of makes me sort of believe that, yeah, that could be #1. I could see that for sure for that reason. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think it should be red stripe, but you know.
Well, some people that got from Bud Light have jumped off to other stuff. The funny thing is now too that other macro beers are actually dealing with not being able to keep up production because of different costs and stuff like that are taking place and things from overseas and where they have their contracting for grains and stuff like that and everything. I mean the whole Ukrainian type thing. If people that don't know, Ukraine is like the biggest grain producer out of Europe.
yeah.
And so with all that stuff happening, it is affecting different things out of it secondarily now. So you have some of the macro breweries that have these major contracts from around the world that are kind of getting squeezed a little bit. So they're not keeping up with production. So as people are trying to find other beers to go to, they're having limited numbers of stuff to find. And then the other beer news story, and I'm going to say maybe it's me because I moved, but Pittsburgh was now tapped as the best beer city in America.
Ooh.
And for a few years, Cincinnati was #1. Now Cincinnati has fallen to #2. And I can only do what I can do in that spot. I try to get what I could get and go from there, right? But Cincinnati #2, Milwaukee #3. They got New Orleans at #4, Denver 5, 6 Louisville, 7 Indy, 8 Nashville, 9 Charlotte, 10 Minneapolis.
See, I saw Louisville jumped in the top 10, but I didn't see the numbers. So 6, wow.
Yeah. Well, you got good stuff happening there, from the different breweries around Kentucky and
Indy didn't surprise me that much. Still,
Yeah.
Although they got some good stuff going on
But
there
there's
too.
no
though.
cities out west, so I'm like, who's making?
Well, that's the thing. This is like compiled and stuff from where the best places where you have access to beer, with the cost of beers. But it's funny because my next thing is like, what cities are you surprised that aren't on that list in the top 10? Mal sits in Chicago or outside Chicago, which is a huge beer city. You don't have a San Diego. You don't have a Portland. You don't have a New York. You don't have.
I was going to say Portland for
I
sure.
was going to say Washington, somewhere in Washington.
Like a Seattle or something like that and everything. And so it's kind of interesting that when people think of, now, granted, this is craft beer and beer or just beer as part of that thing. I think maybe more people focus those as craft beer type things. I don't know. But from beer, where you can get beer, the choice of beer, the price of beer, these are cities that came up as being the best ones.
Well,
yeah, like what's the criteria?
The beer scene in Pittsburgh is amazing. The offerings are great, and the prices were a heck of a lot cheaper than what I pay here. I'll tell you what. My phone just started playing again.
I'm telling you, the universe is trying to tell you something. Now you need to listen.
I turned off Pandora. I turned it off
somehow.
and it just started playing Fallout Boy, and that actually kind of freaked me out a little bit. So I don't.
I'm telling
I
you,
don't know with my phone, but I want it to not do this anymore.
It won't stop until you listen.
I'm kind of surprised.
I'm turning off the phone. I don't like it.
Oh no!
You're stirring them up now, Mal.
I'm powering it down right now.
Now watch it come on by itself.
Oh shoot! I can't. I need to have my phone on because Chu's not home and he's gonna text me when he's on his way. Darn it!
Oh, he's not home now.
No.
Why can't you play the alarm for him to bring you beer? Like, how am I supposed to bring you beer? Like, here's that alarm. I gotta go get Mal a beer.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to run downstairs on my own this time. I don't have him here right now. He's doing a canning session at a brewery near us, helping out.
I wish that Chu would come online. Like, he is like
he doesn't want to be on camera.
He's camera shy.
Just act like the camera's not there. That's what I do. I don't want to be on camera either, but then I'm like, I have a couple of beers and you forget it's even there.
Let no lose blood.
Yeah.
And then we have
about it. I don't know.
We have our first guest that wants to come on and crack a beer with us here.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Thomas.
that was the guy right there.
the guy, right?
Right. That's the guy
Love it.
right there.
Yep,
Yeah.
There he
him.
is. Yeah.
Hair plugs and all.
Look at him. Look at that smile. You can just think he's getting high, like right before he comes on, like
His
every time.
bloodshot eyes, though.
I'm serious. If he shows up behind me, somebody tell me.
It'll be one of those slow things too.
Logical explanation.
His head will pop up real slow behind you, Mal. Like,
Oh
Yeah.
God, don't even say that.
Now would be the time to do it because that would scare the you know what out of him.
It
now.
would. After my phone did this twice, yeah, that would scare the hell out of me. I do have a bit of beer news too, if you
yes.
want.
Wait,
You want me to-
before you do that, real quick, is what city on that top 10 is more surprising to you? That's on there.
To not be on there, or that is
No,
on there.
that is on there that you wouldn't think would be that high.
For me, it's probably New Orleans.
That's
That's
what I
I'm
would
not-
too say,
I've
yeah.
never thought of New Orleans as being that
That's what I
much
said
of
too,
a.
yeah. That's what I said.
Of course, JT's not here right now, but I never thought of New Orleans being that much of a beer city compared to the rest of them. But they must, because all I think about is a beta. Like I don't know what else is happening down there, but
Right,
apparently, apparently they got other stuff taking place that has now driven them to get on the map, so to speak. So I can see the prices being cheap down there. I can see. Obviously, with you get to New Orleans, you get to Bourbon Street and all that. You got a lot of alcohol there, so I can see where that would come into play. I just
Surprised
think about
nowhere in California is on that list.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah,
Diego or
exactly.
something.
So, but yeah. So that's what about you guys? Which one's on the? Is everybody like New Orleans the most surprising
Yeah,
that's on there?
it right off
Yeah.
That was the most surprising for me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now I need to go.
Oh, you never been to New Orleans?
I've never
No,
been
I've been there, but
Me
when
either.
I went there,
Not
I
for the
wasn't
beer.
old enough to drink.
Yeah. Oh, well, I was able to drink. I didn't drink for the beer at the time, though, but I need to go back for the beer, I guess.
Mhm.
I'd be afraid of New Orleans.
They'd be afraid of you, Shannon.
Oh, that's the cutest thing anybody's ever said to me.
Shannon, go to our, what's this hurricane thing I keep hearing about?
No, I know all about the hurricane. I
Mm.
watched documentaries on it, a whole HBO series on it.
No, not the hurricane. The drink the hurricane.
Yeah, the
Oh,
big
I've
thing.
had that before.
And the hand grenade, and the
I
hand,
can't
and the,
handle those anymore, though.
and the hand grenades. You got to get the hand
I've never
grenades
heard of
if
the
you're on
hand
bourbon.
grenade.
Yeah, you got to get that if you're on bourbon.
I like the fact that there's 4 cities in the top 10 that are within 3 to 3.5 hour drive from here.
Sounds
But
like
we're
some
in
road
one of them,
trips.
so why do we
Sounds
need
like
to
some
go?
road trips.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, I know we're local, but in Indy's like an hour and a half, hour
Well,
45.
we've been there too.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I'm
we
saying
take
that close to us.
Eric being here,
Yeah.
and Eric's up in Massachusetts. Are you surprised? Like none of the Boston or anything up
I
there
would have
is on
figured
the
at least
list?
Portland, Maine, or like Burlington, Vermont would have been on that list.
Yeah.
I would
'Cause
think
the-
so too.
With the
yeah.
beers coming out
Maybe
of there.
maybe they're on the top 20 if you look at 20 of them.
Yeah. And it could be the cost and stuff, because I figured the cost might be higher up there than what they are versus some of these cities. Too.
Right. We
So
don't know the criteria.
That's the parameter.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, what was the parameters for that?
Yeah, what's the criteria to qualify for this?
Well, I mean, it's on the report. I mean, if it's, I think it's the same when Smart Money does. When if Smart Money, they look at again the cost of the beers, the beer opportunity,
Expensive up there.
the ease of finding beer, all kinds of
The
different things
growth.
they look at. And so, because like I said, Cincinnati for a number of years was number 1 on there. But you know,
I know
I
what it
moved.
definitely doesn't go by is beer stores.
Right.
Our beer stores here suck.
They do suck. I mean, but Jungle Gyms is in Cincinnati. That's probably why it's number 2.
Well, no, I know that, but Louisville,
Well, you got to Cincinnati. I mean, we had like 65, 70 brewers around the loop. So
Mm.
you had a ton of breweries. And you had the stores, and you had like distribution coming in from all over. 'Cause Cincinnati wasn't a bad area to get distribution from a lot of things from around the country and stuff. There are a few spots you couldn't get, kind of the upper edge type stuff, but most stuff you were looking for, you were getting it there.
Now we have had
Yeah.
4 new breweries within the last month, probably opened up in
Yeah.
Louisville.
One thing I do miss about not being there is you can't drink in store. I mean, you can. There's stores here that have like a little tap section, but you have to sit at the tap section and drink. You can't walk around the store and drink. Like in Cincinnati, you can walk around like Jungle Gyms or Party Town, or you
Where
couldn't really
was
do it at
that?
party stores, but you could. Well, party stores you can kind of do it with samples, but you couldn't do it like a full pint of it.
I think that's where we went, Rod, when we went to Cincinnati. and me and Eric and Todd went to that. It was like a liquor store, but it had a little bar in it. And you told us about it, and you knew the bartender.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
was that Party
That's
Source you went to?
right?
That's Party Source. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was where we got the Braxton Labs or
Yeah.
The Braxton hookups when we went that time. Yeah.
Where's that one?
Yeah, that was a good little spot there.
Oh.
But Mal, you have the news item. Did you want to talk about the news item?
Sure. Just
You want me to
bit,
pull it up? You want me to pull it up or just?
yeah, in the private chat, I sent the link. But at the Craft Brewers Conference, there was the start to the National Black Brewers Association. So they're having their own thing for Black-owned breweries, which makes up less than what 5% of the breweries in the country.
1%.
Yeah, it's like nothing. So,
Right.
so I just thought that was kind of cool that these Black-owned breweries are coming together, and we have the Beers Without Beards is one event that goes on for women and trans and non-binary within beer, but the Black Brewers Association is a new thing for craft beer, which I thought was kind of neat.
Yeah, no, that's actually been pretty huge, and I think that was the group. I believe Boston Beer donated $250,000 to help with as well to get things off the ground and get things rolling. Yeah, like Garrett Oliver and Crown and Hops and a lot of the key Black brewers actually there talking about a lot of stuff. So again, it's expanding the field of what you actually have available for opportunity out there. And when you have more cultures involved, you come up with more ideas that can be more fitting and share more stories and provide more things that you wouldn't have without having it.
Exactly. It just widens the artistry of what beer can be, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah. And speaking about Pittsburgh, and I haven't been to it yet, and I need to get there because people have asked me to get there too and stuff, but they'll have the beer festival coming up here in August, which is huge. It's the Barrel and Flow Beer Fest, and that'll be tons of people seen as one of the, it's the only really big black beer festival in the country in Pittsburgh. And they get tons of people that come in. Garrett Oliver will be there from Brooklyn and all your key people. Jill will be there, Dr. Jill from the Brew Association. And it's opened up for everybody to kind of be there. And it's really a great experience for everything I've heard about it down there. And it's like I want to say, starts maybe that Thursday night and goes through like that Sunday or whatever. And people have tons of bottle shares and all kinds of fun. People get Airbnbs and get them out. And so I just can't go because that's the same weekend as my mother's birthday. And we're usually in New Jersey to celebrate that with her. But eventually I will get there. But that's a huge opportunity to get out and meet a lot of these and see different opportunities and different beers that you may not experience and stuff. So
Right on. Sounds good.
Yeah, no, it's huge. And they get like a lot of good music in there and all different stuff and food and different things. And here's like a picture of like the people that are kind of heading this now with the association. And at some point, I want to see if I can get involved in doing something there with them. But no, it's all pretty good as far as what they're doing. And, it's opportunity. And again, it expands what people can learn about. And, you look about beer itself and the history of beer. A lot of times we'll relate back to beer being started in Mesopotamia, but there's actually things that show it going back to even back in Africa from different types of drinks that were basically beer or similar to beer before it went to Mesopotamia. So it's like a huge amount of history that's being shared and coming out now.
So, Rod, can you pull the list? I have a question. Can you pull the list back up of the list of the beer cities?
The beer cities?
Yeah. So if you could go to any, like, which city would you pick to go to?
Ooh.
Denver. Without a doubt, Denver.
Me
Other
too.
reasons to want to go to Louisville, but that's whiskey related.
I want Pittsburgh.
Well,
Thomas, come down and.
But then again, I've been to
Yeah,
Pittsburgh. I've been to Pittsburgh. I've been to Cincinnati. I've been to Louisville. I've been to Indianapolis. I've been to Nashville. I've been to Charlotte.
I mean, Denver's
Kind of been in Minneapolis. It was more St. Paul, but I was in that area.
Yeah.
Been in New Orleans.
Minneapolis has some really good ones. We were up there last summer, and it was Udapils. Oh my goodness, that is a
For me, it'd be Denver
Yeah.
though, for sure.
Nashville would be fun for all the music stuff.
Denver
I
for
saw
me.
Nashville's not on
But
there.
not for, but it's for the like because
I would go to Denver because Denver is where they hold the Great American Beer Fest, which is the biggest beer festival in the country. And there's a reason they hold it there, and I would go that. Plus, there's other stuff you can do in Denver.
That's what I was thinking.
Is that right, Rod? What are you talking
What could you do in Denver? I have no idea.
You can see the aliens. The alians will come visit you in Denver.
about? You're right.
Because you're a mile high, they can
You're
land a lot
higher,
easier.
yeah.
You're a mile high with the aliens.
See, I think
It's
I
all
would,
about the altitude.
More than one way.
I think I would go with New Orleans because it's like so unexpected, and I'm like, I'm like that doesn't sound like that should be on the list.
I gotta go to New Orleans.
I would say
So,
of the 8 cities of those that I've been to, which one would I go back to now to explore the beer scene? It would be New Orleans. Because I didn't really explore that one at all the times I've been there. I've been there like 4 or 5 times, and I really didn't have the
There's gotta be
beer
some
scene.
good breweries to go to in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Besides,
Yeah,
the
like-
beer.
Like I want to go to Nashville, but not because I would want to go to Nashville for the music. I don't want to go to Denver for the pot.
Call it out.
I don't know.
Call your shot.
Cincinnati, been there. Milwaukee, maybe.
Call your
Milwaukee.
drug.
No, but
Milwaukee.
Minneapolis-
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee and Minneapolis.
You go to
are-
Milwaukee for Laverne and Shirley. Laverne and Shirley, right? You can do the Shemizel, Shemazel. You go to Milwaukee.
Is it?
That's
But
right,
is it-
yes.
I mean, I'm probably gonna be a total idiot if this isn't true. But Milwaukee and Minnesota are in the same state, right? Minnesota.
Milwaukee's Wisconsin. Minnesota's a state.
I knew I shouldn't have said that.
Close, though.
Minnesota is a
Close.
state.
Close
Yeah.
I'm going with New Orleans.
It's all good. That's why we love you, Shannon. It's all good.
Double Jeopardy. 500, Alex.
Yeah, don't ever take me to Jeopardy.
Oh, man. Let's see here. It's the Lose and the Ancient Aliens. Yeah.
Eric Gilbert.
President Cincinnati. Yeah, Cincy was number 1 for a while.
Yeah. All right.
My dad calls Budweiser and Bud Light Eagle Piss.
Oh, no.
That's what I love about people. They all have opinions.
Well, wouldn't it be one? I mean, wouldn't the lighter they shouldn't be both the same because one's stronger than the other, right? So it's got to be like,
It
Falcon
depends on how
piss.
much water the eagle drinks.
Falcon Piss and Eagle Piss or something.
Ooh.
Are we picking football teams over here? What the?
Yeah, you got to
Which
separate
do you
them.
think's stronger?
Huh? A falcon or an eagle?
I think Falcon.
You think a falcon could take an eagle?
Just because you'll be like, look at me, bitch, here I am.
I feel like an eagle will probably take a falcon.
What about
I think that's what they want you to think.
I think
Those
an eagle-
talons they got and the wingspan. Yeah.
What
That's
about
I'm
turkey
thinking,
vulture?
too.
Don't mess with those guys.
Which ones? Which ones, Eric?
Turkey vulture.
A vulture.
They're just mean because they can't fly. Right?
They get the scraps at the end. Don't bother them.
Yeah, the ones on the side of the road.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, they aren't going to beat you up. They're just going to puke on you.
Yup.
Any bird messing with traffic on the highway is a badass. That's all I'm saying.
So a
They're
turkey.
that is the
Yeah.
creepiest bird. Vultures. There's another name for. Isn't there like vultures and? I don't know. Maybe it's just a vulture.
I'm sure.
They eat dead meat on the side of the highway. A vulture, but there's another one. Another name
Crows,
for it.
ravens.
I mean,
No.
crows and ravens, they'll eat scraps, yeah. But usually vulture's the main one out there.
Yeah.
Like they
But
fly
these-
over they fly over the animals before they die.
The condor.
Condor.
Yeah. Don't mess with those.
Yeah, that sounds way more badass than a vulture or an eagle. Or I mean, an eagle or
I
a
feel like that
falcon.
should be a song, Fear the Condor. That should be the name of a
That
song.
sounds like a good band name.
Yeah, that could work too.
Well,
There's
Flight
gotta
of
be
Flight of
one.
the Concords is already taken.
I think that's
Wait,
a
yeah.
Orleans is more of a I think about New Orleans as more as a cocktail type thing. I think of absinthe, but apparently the beer scene they got a pretty good stuff going down there. Which if you're going to New Orleans, you have to go to the absinthe bar, which is pretty cool.
Oh,
yeah.
oh yeah. Ooh.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really fun.
They have that, and they
That's
have
what
like people riding the wall from all around the world. They've got to come
that's
there
cool.
and They say, you don't experience New Orleans, so you do like the absinthe there.
Have you all done absence?
I have when I went to New Orleans.
I don't think
Yeah.
that we would mix very well.
It's not like now like it used to be though, like where you had hallucinate or anything like that. So it's
It turns
definitely
out black
taken off.
licorice.
And more and more.
Yeah. Three drinks I hate the most. They all tend to be kind of close. Absinthe, Ouzo,
Mm-hmm.
Jägermeister.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
And
God.
Sambuca. Sambuca sits in
See,
there.
I haven't had
too.
Sambuca, but that'll be on there too. Okay, throw them
All
in the
that
mix.
black
Yeah.
licorice.
Herbal
It tastes
liqueurs,
like
yeah.
black licorice.
Yeah. But the funny thing about it, on the liquor side, I don't like them. However, I can pick up black licorice in beer trays, like what barley was and some stuff,
Mhm.
and I'm fine with it.
See, I'm the complete opposite. Because me and one of my good friends used to drink Jaeger all the time.
I used to get so mad at him when he
She
did
used to
Jaeger.
get so mad when he used to drink Jaeger. She would get pissed off. Like,
What
Well,
do you
now
mean
it's
used
biting
to?
you in the ass.
yeah.
What would happen when he did Jaeger, Shannon? I feel like there's
I'm
a
just
story
like,
there.
you shouldn't get so drunk,
Nothing,
Todd.
but yeah, that
Like-
was before.
Yeah, It's when I was serious before life beat me down, and I'm like, I understand why somebody would drink Jaeger.
Shannon's like you should be doing Mad Dog like me.
Ooh, MD 2020.
Not
Ooh.
be doing Mad Dog.
Mad Dog.
Night Train. Thunderbird.
Smacking that out of your hand like did me and the
No, I mean I should have let you drink it. I mean,
no
like,
with the brownies and
oh yeah,
Jamaica.
yeah. I mean, I was just trying to save your life in that instance, but
Speaking of beer, I'm gonna grab a beer while you people continue here. Keep it rocking and rolling.
All right. Hey, Blake TV. Hello, Blake TV.
so. Like I'm not a Jaeger fan. Like it doesn't even smell like it's something I'd want to drink.
Well, I mean, people who like black licorice are probably going to like it. Goldschlager
See,
is another one that tastes
I
like
used to
that
drink
too.
that, but I don't like black licorice though.
But isn't that?
Mm.
I'm gonna kill that damn cat.
It's gonna climb all the way.
He's ruining our curtains.
Did the cat get into the Jägermeister?
Uh-oh.
He's gonna get a gift in the mail one day with shredded curtains.
We got a cat and it's climbing the curtains.
well, our daughter.
Oh.
I had no say in it, so
No, you did. If you would have been like, absolutely not, then I'm like, Kyle,
I didn't know that.
well, you should try harder.
What you drinking there?
She was getting
A beer from October. All right.
All
What
right.
is it?
Speaking of wildfires, Smoke and Dagger. Smoke and
Ooh,
lager.
Ooh.
It
Jack
is a
said.
smoked lager. Indeed.
that
What's,
sounds
what's the
awesome.
ABV on that one?
This is 5.6.
Really? I would have guessed higher.
5.6. It's definitely like a Schwartz beer with the smoky
Schwartz
essence.
beer, nice.
Medium bodied, easy.
Give you a little refreshing beer there.
Maybe there's a little anise in it, licorice, black licorice. Not much. It's got a nice lagering body and finish to it. So very, very nice between malts and smoke and pretty clean in the back end. Most of Jack Abbey's beers, even when they do like an India Pale Lager, are super clean in the back end. So nice stuff. This is a year-round one. So for some reasoning, you can get a Jack's Abbey from Framingham, Massachusetts. Definitely get this one. Not too heavy on the maltiness at all, but very nice balance.
trying to think if I seem like I've had something from them, but I can't remember if I have or not.
Eric, I really like your voice.
Thank y'all.
He was kind of born with it.
Maybe it's Mason.
Or-
Hey Eric, do you still have your
He's like Lady Gaga. I was born this way.
retro games?
Say that again.
You still have your old like gaming retro gaming system?
Oh yeah, I got one. I got this.
You know, the arcade thing?
Yeah, right
Because
now
I've got the same
Shadows
one.
over there, yeah, I built
Yeah.
that thing out of a gateway computer I found on eBay. Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
Funny
we talked
Big
about it one
Daddy.
night, so I was just wondering
Sure
if you
did,
had it,
yeah.
still had it or not.
old school. Yeah, and I just bought a Nintendo Switch last month.
What the
Trying that out before they get rid of that and go to the new one.
Oh yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Big Daddy had that for Mallory there.
Yeah, Big Daddy's teasing me for freaking out about something. I know. It's cool.
Stand up.
And a pet hair roller.
Whoa, be cool, Big Daddy. Be cool.
Teasing me
Hello,
for
Blake TV
being
once again.
alone.
Oh, great show, fam. Appreciate that, Blake. We got Wayne in the house. Cheers to
What's up,
Wayne.
Wayne?
He delivers beer. All right.
Never done acid, right? Yeah.
Yes.
That's that game you play, like you put your hands up and it's like you've never done. You got to drop a finger.
Never
It's-
have I.
Never have I ever.
Yeah.
I still don't understand how that
Hey,
game
Roger.
works. I played it.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you make the sound so I can go get a beer?
Oh, but I thought he wasn't there. So.
He's not. I just want the sound for me.
Oh, okay, sure. I can give you the sound.
Thank you.
Usually Chew is to deliver that beer. Whenever he hears that sound, he runs up the
Oh,
steps.
oh
But
Yeah,
Chew
this
isn't
week-
there.
Yeah, come get it.
Like Chew
Bring me
is
one.
a national treasure that nobody even knows about.
Yeah.
Is he he's the camera guy, right?
He is the camera guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I've watched that program correctly. All right.
Yeah.
I forgot to pull this up about the guy we were talking about. There he is.
Next month.
Oh, we've had a few alien conversations tonight. That's something new on the show.
Did you see though? Like, God, I think it was. I can't remember what's. I'm thinking it was Mexico, but I'm also thinking that it was just planted in my head because we were talking about it earlier. But these cops saw like this thing in the sky, and then they got this like 911 call of this guy and this family saying there was like this 8-foot tall creature in their backyard. And so the cops came and they were like, the only reason I'm believing this is because my partner saw this thing, but you know, who knows? It might have been staged.
Might
Damn.
have, well, yeah. Probably was staged.
I would have,
No, that would never
Oh, boy.
but no, but
Who would do that?
what would you do? No, because now I'm thinking, what would you do if you saw these big creatures in the back of your yard? I wouldn't be. I'd be like getting the hell out of Dodge,
Pumping the shotgun. Let's
hanging
go.
around for the police to show up.
I don't know. Depends where you're at. It's dangerous. I mean, where you guys are, a lot of people do have guns. I mean, if somebody would just start
Only the
shooting,
logical explanation. Ancient aliens.
somebody had to be playing a joke on somebody.
Okay, so
Hey, there she is. We were talking about you earlier.
Vanessa Kitty.
Vanessa.
Bro.
Yeah.
She's sitting at the trucking yard waiting to pick up her brother.
All right.
Everybody's worried about make sure you're good.
Yes.
You might be getting some of that smoke up there
Yeah,
too,
are
Vanessa.
your lungs okay?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. What did you open, Mal? You poured it before you shared what you were.
Oh, sorry.
Here with the class.
I was thirsty, man. This is from Buffalo Creek Brewing in Long Grove, Illinois. It's called Redheaded Stepchild, and it is a strawberry blonde.
Oh, nice.
I like that can art.
Awesome.
It's like Jim and the holograms.
Yeah, sorry.
Are they actually allowed to say that anymore? I'm not sure.
Redheaded stepchild. I don't know. In some areas, that could be seen as bad. About
That's what I'm
you know,
saying.
There's-
Is like, is that
Why?
actually?
That could be
There's
gender.
another-
That could be gender discrimination.
There's another brewery near me. I won't
Christ.
disclose the name of the brewery, but there's another brewery near me that has a strawberry blonde that they call Dirty Ginger. People were less happy with that name.
Oh,
What's
see?
that?
That's funny. Wow.
We're sensitive.
Sounds like something you tell somebody. I'm gonna give you a dirty ginger. Like, whoa, what is that?
The thing you get in the back alley.
Oh,
Telling or not.
oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that great glass. there.
Who's that guy on the glass? Never
That
seen
is awesome.
Woo,
Yeah.
nice.
Woo-hoo.
Listen.
I've
I feel
officially
like Mal is
submerged
like
Rod
Mark
J in beer.
Rod. We need to get and order them glasses
That's
right now.
awesome.
Yeah, beep, 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 beep.
Actually, I got some stuff I was going to share. I forgot about it. I got some unboxing stuff I was going to share with you guys on some new things. That's their Ford Ranger died June 1st, brought it to the salvage yard.
Oh no! What?
That
Oh,
old
that's
sucks.
sad.
What are you driving now?
Mm.
Vanessa said,
Hank?
I have guns, but they're very secure. Yeah, you don't want to roll up on Vanessa's house. I don't care if you are 8 foot. You're going to
No, I would trust the
Yeah, no
devil.
kidding.
30%.
Taller
Does
they are.
anybody see like a red dot that pops up behind Todd's ear?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
It's
the
Vanessa.
with their little thing to make him forget everything.
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
the
the men in black. The men in black
Yeah.
are coming. There was something, I don't know if that was out in the yard or where that's coming from, but
I
yeah.
don't know, but it's right behind his
Right
ear
where-
there. There
Oh,
it
right
is.
Yeah, there
I
it
see
is.
it now. Yeah.
It's an airplane tower.
Yes,
Oh,
that's what it looks like. Yeah. It's the aliens.
you could have
Right.
came up with
You know,
something
if
else
you
better
close
than
the
that.
curtains, we wouldn't be able to
It's
see
Vanessa.
it.
It's Vanessa pointing Vanessa put
No.
her light at us.
Hey,
But they're outside
an
now,
airplane,
though.
Todd. It's an airplane shower.
What? Get some Warzone shit going on there.
We're
What?
gonna see Shannon and Todd on Ancient Aliens.
Yeah, it's like
soon.
Call of
That's
Duty or
gonna be
something. Get
crazy.
down.
Oh,
You're
it's
being
fine.
marked.
Get out of the way for it. There
You
it
could have a
is.
Call of
Like
Duty
parachuting out?
flashback.
It's on the back of his head.
Gilbert said, I got one out of the cellar, La Vermitos, Hill Farmstead, Brasserie, the Blas Galabo, son. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I
I
think his
butchered-
cat got on his keyboard.
Gotta say it's on, I think.
I gotta go back and press up my French here.
No, Rod. His cat just got on his keyboard.
That's Canadian. What do you expect?
Vanessa, yes, smoky residue here yesterday. I went out walking in the evening and coughed my. Yeah, you gotta be careful out there, Vanessa, because you have
Wow.
the health conditions. Yeah,
She's in the western part of Massachusetts. It's a little smokier than my part.
yeah. Are you getting smoke? That's a good thing. Now you're
No,
getting smoke.
Did on Tuesday a little bit, but just the way that it's rotating, this wind pattern or whatever, it's going more to the western part of Massachusetts, and then it's coming back down through New York and then into some of southern Rhode Island. So the eastern part has not had it for a couple of days, but Tuesday was pretty hazy. It didn't quite look orange, but you could see a pretty orange looking sun.
Damn.
Yeah,
Weird.
The coyote.
Yeah, we're supposed to get it
Hear that?
tomorrow here in Baltimore. It's being pretty bad. So
Can you hear that in the background?
No.
Oh, just
was it
Coyote.
coyote? Oh, I thought
Oh, yeah,
it was
yeah.
dog
Yeah.
barking.
now our dogs are barking because they hear them.
Yeah,
Oh.
he must be out looking for that road runner.
No, they just went quiet, so they felt whatever it was they were after.
No, they probably heard me and it scared them.
Well, that
He's
could
got a
have been
bucket of
too.
paint and a big rock.
Yeah,
Here it comes.
Oh, Acme stuff.
no chew yet here tonight. Some point
No. Choose
Went
out
to
Shannon.
school, but it's a Western.
using his brother's truck until a new down payment. Yeah, always sucks when a car goes down.
Yeah, that
Yep.
does.
Thermals, so no visible lays. Right there, you go.
I couldn't afford that.
Lays are like when I want to make a point, but that's just got a whole. Like I said, that's not the house you want to break into. I'm just
No,
saying.
not-
No kid. Yeah.
No, Rod, when we're talking about aliens, I'm like, I'm getting the hell out of here unless I'm in Vanessa's house. I'll be safe.
Then
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah, she'd be like, "I'll handle it." You know, that's just
I'll
how
be
she
like, I
is.
know you will.
About 25 minutes north
I
of
went
home.
to
Yeah,
college, Westfield State University.
but that says hi, Shannon. She always gets a special hi, like you know.
I know. Everybody else is all lumped together, and then Shannon by
Oh, I
herself.
love Vanessa.
Mm. Uh-oh.
But I'm gonna crack this one open again because I want to try this one. I mean, I
Mhm.
tried it last week, but
You
it's
forgot.
Von Trapp Brewing. Oh, I didn't forget because it's damn tasty.
Vermont.
Von Trapp Brewing at Trap Family Lodge. So Eric, up towards your way, and it's their maple rock beer.
Oh,
Smoked
now let's
maple
go
lager.
tonight. All right.
Right? Yeah, 7% ABV, and this is pretty solid. So
7. That's good for smoke.
I'll have the review. Yeah, I'll have the review coming up at some point here.
Von
Right,
Trapp
can
is good for the loggers.
But since we were talking campfires, I'm like, this is a good campfire beer.
Yep.
But Rod, can we start a new tradition? Every time somebody cracks open a beer, you need to like describe the beer on the label, and then everybody's got to guess what the ABV on it.
Oh,
That's a good way to do that. We can do
As I
that.
was like gonna say, don't tell us. I wanted to guess, but you know.
I
Okay.
definitely
Right
just
now.
heard a door close downstairs. So if someone else comes in here, someone call the cops for me, okay?
It might be that history guy right there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
There he is.
Definitely just heard someone downstairs. I'm like, yeah,
'Cause I
this
bet-
guy
I-
looked like you, but he never
If you see a
texted me.
hand,
You
if
just
you
spoke
see a
to.
hand pop in, then we know you're safe.
I bet he wears those soft shoes like the nurses. They sneak up on you. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, that's campfire in a glass. Smoky's in that bag. Got the windows open. There you go.
all right, good.
Mallory gets a special high as well. Yeah, we know it's
There-
women. It's women power. We
Girl
get it.
power.
We get
Girl
it.
power.
Well, you're women. You're not girls. I mean, you're
I
girls.
was-
You were girls, but now you're women.
I was just
Females.
getting
Hey,
Is
we're
there-
not as sensitive as you men or boys. Like
I don't know. I don't know what the difference. I don't know what the codes are anymore. I don't know. It's kind of
If I
like
was yeah, I'm like, if you all were to be called boys, you'd get offended. I'm okay being called a girl.
I'm like, I don't know all the nuances of how you're supposed to do stuff anymore. I'm like Ricky Bobby again with the hands. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do with these. Like everybody's got all these different codes and stuff out there. I'm just like, I'm just me.
Jesus on fire, Jesus.
Yeah.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Occasionally I'll get asked, well, what's your pronoun? I'm like, I don't know, just me. Me. That's my
Yeah.
pronoun. Just
My name's
me.
Rod.
You know, just that. Like, you know, and nothing wrong with it. It's just I don't know how to
Call me
deal
Bill.
with it all.
Don't expect me to know unless you tell me.
You know.
If you tell me, then I'm all like, that is what
It's
I
all
will
good.
do.
Yeah, right.
But don't like.
Mm.
no,
I just come from a time where we use names. That's just
Once upon a time.
On the 90s.
Yeah.
Smoking now, you got that one there. It says so yard jockeys say the spot I was waiting with the pickup to get the brother was there a special parking area sign that moved over a bit. They don't know who they're messing with. You should be able to park wherever you want to park.
You're no kidding.
She's gonna be on the news. I'm gonna go.
So she had the orange moon tonight from the smoke, I guess.
Are you grabbing that can of beer?
Yep.
The New York video was like all orange when I saw that stuff there.
She was messing around with the dollar that she brought upstairs.
Sun and moon, they're looking like a ball of fire. Yeah, look like you're on Mars with some of the video and stuff that we've seen.
It's been crazy, that's for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so I actually, my thing here. So I got some stuff earlier this week. I was like, I almost forgot about them. And so I was going to do an unboxing video earlier. And I'm like, well, you know, I just saved for the show and stuff. So
There you go. There you go.
Woohoo!
and I don't know if I ever shared this stuff before, but I think Mouse, you already got the one like this. I think it's the same one. Although this is the West Coast IPA glass.
Yeah, see that's the glass I'm getting right there. That's the glass
West
we're getting.
Coast IPA.
Yay.
IPA. So that's the one I did there. And the one, I think this is the one that Emerson got. Let's to the side. Let me see here. No, this is a different one. So this is something different I did. This is actually mason jar.
Oh,
Beer on.
that's fancy.
For people that like the little shine it up, a little moonshine, we got the Rod J BeerVentures moonshine.
Does it come with marshmallows in it also?
Yeah.
Marshmallow beer.
I would say to eat those, but yeah. It's well
Now I'm
packed.
hungry. Now I'm hungry. Send it my way, right?
And then this one here, this is the one that Emerson got when he won the trivia contest, I think, when he won the first one. This is the Stein. J BeerVentures Stein
cool.
right there.
Oh, that's
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, so that's there as well. And then the other stuff or new stuff that I've got. Well, one of them is actually, I had a thing from Untapped, and it was like, oh, you can get 2 glasses and we'll give you one free or whatever. They always like try to get you to get stuff on Untapped. I decided to finally go ahead and pick up something. So I haven't looked at these yet. But Untapped, if you didn't know, they have purchased Beer Advocate a while back. So they own them now. So if you're ever wondering why you don't see Beer Advocate as much, they're under Untapped. Although I think Beer Advocate might still do some stuff, but the problem with their site is they got so detailed on things, it made it no fun to really post stuff on there most of the time.
Cord too.
Well, it takes half an hour to post a beer.
Huh?
It takes longer to post than it does to drink the beer.
Yeah, with all the stuff they were asking before. They tried to make it easier, and by the time they tried to make it easier, you know what? You're just doing what Untapped is doing. And the people were just like, Untapped is problem. But they had a couple of pretty cool glasses, I thought. So I'm a sucker for good glassware. So this is like one of them here. Like it's kind of like a Stange type glass.
I need a jacket.
Oh, like a Stang or something?
Yeah, so you can like do like your Berliner Weiss or something like that in here. So I got one of those. And they're on the back side, like the Untapped logo.
Oh.
On that.
Huh.
And so I got 2 of those, and then the other one I got because I can always use an extra snifter. Yeah, got some sticky bubble wrap. I don't know who's handling that package, but there's the untapped snifter.
It must have been Todd.
Yeah. Well, Todd used to be at UPS, so he may know a guy.
Round 2 for you.
Yeah.
Don't ship anything to UPS.
So I ended up picking those up.
Huh. All right. Love beer glass.
Yeah.
I run out of places to put beer glasses. That's the problem.
Put it to the side. For those that saw the unboxing I did earlier, one of the treats I got as part of it was a great deal. Rod J deal, mind you. St. Bernardus. I ended up getting a 6-pack of their beers with 2 beer glasses. Here are the 2 beer glasses that actually came with it.
Nice.
St. Bernardus.
Nice.
And the 6 beers that I got, like right there, the 6 beers.
Hell yeah.
It was $16.99.
For the 2 glasses.
I like that. I like that look, Eric. Yeah, for the 2 glasses and the 6 beers.
That's
So-
a great deal. Holy crap.
Yes.
Damn. I do that all day long.
So if you haven't seen the unboxing video, I shared that on there. But it came with the Abbott 12, the Wit, the Triple, the Prior 8, the Pater 6, and the Extra 4. So yeah, it was a nice little variety pack there. And I'm all about the Belgian beer, so I'm looking forward to trying those.
Heck yeah.
And then the last thing I got were actually, this is all new stuff that I just put into the shop. Because it is getting to summer now. I think officially, June 21st is summer. So I decided to check out some of the new gear. This right here.
Some of his new merch.
This is
Oh, I
the
like that.
this is the baseball tee.
Does it have Rajay on it?
On the
The
back.
drink beer, live hoppily.
Oh, I love it.
This is and it's done in the green to match the hops.
It's on the back.
So now nothing on the back on this one.
It doesn't say Rajay on it though.
Doesn't have your picture.
That's
on
all
it?
right. You don't gotta say. I mean, it's okay. It's still good. People know to drink beer, live hoppily now. They know that on the channel. And then for those that like to, when the sun's out, the guns are out. Here's the tank top. The
Sun's
Rod
out,
J
guns out.
BeerVentures. You got that there.
Rod, I
Cool.
don't think that one's gonna fit me.
No, that's what I need.
I've got women cut too, Mal. So there's women cut and male cut.
I
So
want that one.
this one is another drink beer, live hoppily. But this one is again, sun's out, guns out, tank top as well. Drink beer, live hoppily.
Do you have a women's cut in that one?
Yep, women tanks on everything. And then this one here is the J BeerVentures. This one is also a baseball kind of tee.
I don't like baseball tees at all. No.
Yeah, no, you don't though, do you?
And then the last one I got here is just your regular basic tee. So I just check it out because these are all done on the
Oh my
Spread
God,
Shop
oh,
store. So this is the basic tee right there as well. And so there's each design has like 116 different items you can actually see different stuff for. There's
Do we
different
go to your
mugs and
YouTube
stuff.
channel to find those?
Actually, yeah, like if you're watching on
Put
YouTube,
in friends
Um,
of discounted.
Rajay, you should have a coupon code. You should have a coupon code that says Rajay deal.
I would if I could, but with the way
Yeah,
they
yeah,
do
no
it,
control.
they don't
Yeah,
they
yeah.
control.
No control of that.
But I was going to say here, where am I looking at here?
I'm gonna order one right now.
Thing. So there's 2 different stores I have, right? So I have Zazzle and I have Spreadshirt. So Zazzle is actually where it's more of the drinkware type things, the glasses and the barware type stuff, and then the clothing stuff is on Spreadshirt. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, you should see under the video where they have items already from the Spreadshirt. That's hooked into you.
Store.
Yeah, for that store there, and then you can see stuff there. But both links are in the description below. But yeah, so that's kind of some different stuff I've been messing around with. I got some different things. I still got to come up with Alex's up to my ass in alligators. And some way to get that on a shirt. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So
No, but I
I'm
like
gonna make
the
that one.
phrase "drink beer, live hoppity." But these lemon sizings are so. I'll just get a large. Maybe I'll just get a large.
I like Gilbert. Gilbert says, "Guns out, mustard stains on."
You're right.
Oh,
That might be barbecue sauce, son.
might be.
Might be. And then, what's up, Mountain Moon? Cheers, my friend.
Hello.
Hi, Hammy.
Oh my god, he's got different colors too.
Yeah, they're all.
Yeah, you can do different colors, whatever color you want to go with. The only thing I would say, if it's got like the red print, you probably don't want the red shirt
Red on
because
red, yeah.
it blends right into it.
No, see, I've been going walking. I've been working out.
You do white with green,
No, because
or
and I go to this park, and when I go by myself, I'm like, there's like a trail, and it goes back by a bunch of bushes, and I'm like, always looking. Maybe somebody's gonna jump out in the bushes. So if I get the red shirt, I will be easily seen if they drag me into the woods.
We can easily find your bodies.
I was thinking maybe you want an orange shirt for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because if I'm bleeding, no.
Let's get a
Yeah.
reflective
No, because
vest.
just yeah.
Oh,
Right,
well, I'm not gonna go
reflective
that
vest.
far with it.
There's one that looks like it has the American flag on it with the stars on one sleeve.
Yes, that one is one, which would be great for July 4th. That would be great for July 4th coming up.
Oh my God, that is awesome. That's cool.
And also, we have upcoming Father's Day too. So maybe it's not for you, maybe it's for Father's Day too.
Thank God you take PayPal.
Venmo, baby.
I work for the people, my friend. Whatever you want to do, we'll get it done.
Whatever they
Oh,
say.
money order.
I
Money
have to
order.
get up and get my card.
COD. Cash on delivery.
I'm like, my friend, what do you need? What do you need, buddy? What do you need?
I need an IOU.
PayPal's better. That way Rod can't rip us off.
Yeah. she wants the insurance. I want the protection. Yeah.
No, I just like it, PayPal because I don't have to get up and go get my card.
There you go. Makes it easy, right?
It does. I'm always
She
a
says
smart.
every time someone says beer, you have to drink Mountain Moon. Is Mountain Moon a brewery?
No, Mountain Moon's the person who said beer just a second ago.
But why does Chu say you have to drink Mountain Moon?
Because when she watches our videos, every time I say beer, she has to take
Oh,
a drink.
you! I thought
into a drinking game.
you have to drink two Mountain Moon, not like you have to drink a
Going to
Mountain Moon.
Moon?
Gotcha.
Hammy, her channel is Mountain Moon Adventures.
So just say beer repeatedly. Beer, 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 beer.
Oh shoot! Everyone should I-
beer.
You're right.
Yeah, baby. Definitely. Big Romy in the house. Cheers, my friend. Happy Thursday to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody on board out there.
Cheers.
This is what we do on Thursday night.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody!
'Cause this is how we get down.
I ordered a shirt, Rod.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Which one do you get?
I got the orange one that said. I wish your logo was on it though.
That's
Let
right.
me see.
Yeah, I got but yeah,
Oh, drink beer, live happily. There you go.
yeah, but I wish your logo was on the back of it.
I may add it at some point. I just had it that way. Why did my thing go? There we go.
Because it kind of goes with I have a shirt that says "Bitches be hoppy." No, bitches be
Yeah.
no, something like that.
Yeah, I got the caps on there, the baseball caps, the snapbacks, also the bucket hats and stuff too.
It doesn't even say "bitches be anything." It says
Cheers, chew. The mouth those the
Back
beer out.
hazy.
Oh, batches be
Oh,
hazy.
beer.
Batches be hazy.
I have a shirt that says
You gonna
"Batches."
drink it off of you putting it out there?
Heck yeah!
Oh, get that Archie to the ballpark. Right?
How do you think I keep up with all these brew-tubers doing that?
Look, everybody's saying beer now, so everybody keeps
Beer.
drinking.
Beer, beer.
No.
Oh, choose home.
Been drinking
Of
since I
course
got
you have.
chew red on the shirt. That counts too. There you go. You read it.
Oh.
You
Ah.
say read it. You got to drink it.
Yeah, she's on top of this. She's got it.
Indeed,
Sure.
indeed. Beer tubers unite for
Oh,
sure. So,
right.
speaking of which, if you haven't checked out Thomas Metal channel, make sure to check him out. He does some pretty good beer reviews, also doing the music stuff. How's the band doing, my friend? What's you got? I know you guys kind of working on an EP, right?
Yeah, my band Oxblood Forge. If you like Iron Maiden and Black Sabbath, go check us out. On all the streaming platforms, and go to Bandcamp and look up Oxblood, the color Oxblood, and the word Forge. We're playing a show on June 25th with Massachusetts legendary hardcore band Tree and another band called Death Ray Vision. The bass player plays in the band Killswitch Engage. Go check that out. That's going to be June 25th in Providence, Rhode Island. We're going to do an EP release that day for that album. That is going to come out actually on June 30th. If you want to buy 10-inch vinyl, a cassette tape, a CD, or you want to do a digital download, go check out Bandcamp, Oxblood Forge, and we'll send you a CD. And if you want it signed, I guess we'll sign it for you. Why not?
I'm sorry, I need the 8-track.
You need an
Yeah,
8
where's the 8-track?
The 80s
Yeah.
version. That's it.
Yeah, I need the 8-track.
Well, at least it's not the reel to reel.
Vinyl, no, I need an 8-track.
I think you did cover them all except for the 8-track
But
for
I would
sure.
kill
8
for an
tracks.
8-track
Well, that's the
beer.
next thing the hipsters are going to get into is the 8 tracks, right?
Yes, it is.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Going backwards. We're going
They
backwards.
just got into cassettes, all right?
So today I was actually making lunch, and I ended up picking up those Tyson frozen like chicken patties you could just throw in a hamburger bun. I swear to God, it took me like 4 or 5 minutes to get it. I'm like, this must be where the employees that used to make the old CD packaging went to work at Tyson. Like, I could not get that damn thing open for the longest time. Remember like the old CD thing? Like, who
Yes, I
does
think
this?
like, I'm just gonna throw the damn thing away because I could never open it. I was like, what the hell?
The thing was almost as bad as a Rubik's Cube back
No,
in the day.
it was the old CDs, scissors, and batteries. Those are the things you can't open. Light bulbs, however,
Batteries.
tiny little cardboard thing, easy to open.
Yeah,
Very
right,
simple.
right.
No,
Yep.
next level is children's toys.
Oh yeah, children's toys are pretty bad. All those
Giant
little twist ties.
Christmas when Kylie was little, no, the plastic to even get into it before you got to the twist ties.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm talking about, yeah.
I'm like, finally, I was like, I ain't like, here, kid, here's a gift card.
Here's
what
what
about-
said. We're just gonna return your shit and here, take money.
Well, what about like you when you buy the things, and you guys had probably happen more often having Kylie and stuff, having kids, but you had to put stuff together. And I just remember like being a kid and being put together, and they didn't tell you at the time when they would give you extra screws, right? And so you would go through everything, you have an extra screw, you're like, what did I miss? Like you didn't know because they didn't tell you you had
You're
extra
right.
screw. You're just and you have everything, but it's just an extra, but you never knew. You just like, well, hopefully it all holds up. Yeah.
The extra screw.
Now
And
that you said that,
And it's like go ahead and give it a ride around the block, see how it
Yeah,
works.
I think they leave out a screw on purpose. So you're like, shit, where'd it go? Did I lose it
Yeah.
already?
No Legos. I got Todd
Oh,
this.
the Legos.
I got Todd this like for Christmas. This it wasn't even, it was like off-brand.
They're
Lego.
like micro. No, it's a. Well, yeah, it's not Legos, but it's.
It was 4,000 pieces, and they were tiny itty bitty pieces.
Whew.
And I mean, he trucked through it like a trooper. I mean, every night
I had to get magnifying glasses.
Yeah, I had to
I
buy-
was like, I couldn't even see. I was like, this is so freaking small. What the hell?
I had to buy him like a lighted magnifying. I'm like, here's some readers, but then he's like, one of these pieces. He's like, surely they give you. I'm like, they did not give you extras. Like, there's no way they gave
Yeah,
you.
because I put one in the wrong spot and I popped it off and went flat in the kitchen. It was
And
like,
it's-
oh, Jesus Christ. Like, I'm not even like 4 days in. I'm already missing a piece. Like, what the hell?
And it's like 2 centimeters big.
Yeah, it's tiny.
And then so that was at Christmas. So the other day I was like getting under the table. I'm like, look, I found your
She's
Lego
like, oh,
piece.
there it is. But no, they did give you enough like extra pieces.
But he had cookie sheets out, and he was like putting them on the cookie sheets so that they wouldn't like fall off the table.
No, I literally did 1 page a day from Christmas, and it took me a month to put it together. Doing one page a day.
Got the money's worth.
Yeah.
And it was the Assembly Hall IU basketball arena. Assembly Hall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's really
It's
cool.
cool looking.
You should
go
Yeah,
get
it's neat.
I would have gave up 2 days in.
Me.
Mouse, I feel like Mal's positioning like she's Indy Jones and found the Holy Grail there. What you got?
You remember how I talked to one of the breweries I worked for about Phantasm, the
Yes.
additive?
Yes. Is that the beer?
Thial Gazer or Thial Gazer.
Ooh.
So this has Phantasm in it, which is the powdered grapes from New Zealand wines that is supposed to
nice.
make things a crazy freaking juice bomb
Whoa.
and can cut the amount of hops you need for a beer.
Yeah.
This is what my husband was canning today.
Oh.
sweet.
This was canned 2 hours ago,
Oh.
and I'm
Fresh as
very
fresh can
excited to
be.
open it up.
Oh
Yeah.
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 This is going to be a
Now, Mal, it never
world
when he said it was only
a
like
world premiere here on the show.
I know.
that
Something
handful of
other
breweries
people have
that
not
actually use the demo.
experienced yet.
Ooh, fun color.
I know.
It's
I like
really
the can
light.
art on that too.
I
Looks
feel like
like
I should give you something
butter.
special on that pour as you hold it up to there.
And his name is John C. It's the WWE Super Slam.
Can't see you. Where'd you go? Camouflage.
You know, it's funny, the color, it looks like the Kool-Aid lemonade. Like,
Kind
it's super light yellow.
Yeah.
That was an excellent pour, by the way, too.
Two
We
fingers
talked.
full of
See,
head.
that's the pour we were
Two
talking
fingers-
about earlier,
two
right?
Fingers length of head.
Right,
Yep.
right into J BeerVentures glass. There you go.
And the moment,
Love.
the moment I started pouring, it was just juice all up in my face. Like, even out here holding it up, I could smell that, how strong that was. It's very juicy.
You
I'm so
know,
excited. I'm sorry.
You know, if you mark this on Untapped, you'll be the first one to mark it in on Untapped. Probably.
In the
Oh,
world.
Yeah, I probably would.
the language with the beer industry has shown that
Oh my
men have
God.
taken over instead of the Brewsters.
Super huge juice bomb. It has a dry grapefruit close that's a little sudden, but the front, that big juice hit is just insane. And I had read about this Phantasm stuff, and it said it makes it a tropical fruit flavor, but you can't pinpoint the fruits. And I mean, I study beer most of the time, and usually I can pinpoint fruits. You actually can't. Like, I feel like I'm getting some dragon fruit, and I know there's no dragon fruit in there because I know these guys did not get dragon fruit for this beer. Like, I'm tasting like all the fruits. I'm tasting grapes, I'm tasting pineapples, I'm tasting coconuts, I'm tasting like all sorts of crazy stuff all at once. It's just
Like
insane.
when you take a handful of Skittles and put them in your mouth, and you're like,
Yes.
I don't know, I taste it all.
But it's a handful of the tropic Skittles, not the regular ones. So a
Gotcha.
handful of the tropic Skittles all at once, that is the front of this beer. And then it goes grapefruit with a sharper close, a dry close. And the moment that close happens, my tongue is like, I want another sip immediately.
It's right there. Have one.
Well, I know, but that's just so cool.
I feel like if there's an explosion and there's a reason they use the asm part of it.
Let me turn off the
Possibly.
camera and mute for a second, guys. I need a moment.
You got an asthma-
Whoa,
got
whoa.
an asthma coming.
No, what's that
Hmm.
song? Smokey Robins.
Gasms or something.
Gasms.
Is it gasm or
That's his
something?
new album. Yeah, his new album he came
Yes.
out with. Yeah.
He came out
whoa.
with a song, and it's called Gasms, and he wrote it, and it just came out. He says, "You give me eargasms, like any kind of gasms." He was like
Any
taking
kind
a
of
gasm and putting it onto other things, like eye gasms, ear gasms, all the gasms.
There's something on the shirt. All the gasms.
Shannon, could you just keep talking about this for another 20 minutes or so? Because, yes.
Drink beer, live
I need you to keep talking about this for another 20 minutes.
Smokey Robins said it, not me. All the gasms.
They know the hop, but I'll put all the hop gasms on the t-shirt.
Hot
Ooh, that's a
gasms.
good
There
one.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't use hopgasms in the song, so I mean, There's no copyright on it.
It's yours for the taking,
No.
Rod.
That's copyright infringement right there.
That's right. Yes.
So what's your overall feel on it, Mal? I mean,
Oh, good.
did it come out like you expected it? Like when you suggested it? Like
The juice brown front is kind of what I expected, and I the clothes surprised me a little bit. I didn't know where they were going with the clothes until I got to try it, so that was very exciting. I really like it though. I think this is one of the best hazies they've done recently for sure. And we've had lots of hazies now and again. I mean, they're known for smoothie sours, this particular brewery.
mm-hmm.
So because this is Liquid Love Brewing is the name of the brewing company, but they specialize in smoothie sours, which are more sweet tart than sour. And I mean, people love them and they're very popular, but this hazy, that's going to sell really well.
Nice.
I really believe that. That's just beautiful.
And I'll go ahead
We
and
don't
say what
need
I'll go ahead and
their-
say what I'll say what everybody's thinking. Yeah, Liquid Love is giving you the gasms.
I'm trying not to be dirty. I'm trying not to be dirty.
Yep.
Sounds like a rap lyric. or
Well, that's
something.
why she brought me this home.
Yeah.
So
And
man, he's like, this is in a can or
so it's
magically comes
Fial
out
and
like
then
tap.
Gazer. The Gazer is in reference to the yeast that they used.
Mm.
So
Hmm.
yeah, they
Now
mentioned
we don't
the-
believe you, therefore you need to send some out just so we know to be sure, you know.
You don't even got to send it out. I'm there in 2 weeks.
I know. I don't know.
Nice.
Okay, well save
It'll still be
his.
fresh.
Actually, less than 2 weeks now. So
Mm.
Yeah.
let's see
Yeah.
here. Shout out to
will
Big
definitely
Rome.
save you some.
Appreciate you for subscribing there, my friend. Welcome to the channel. Gotta give him a big old.
Welcome.
That's how we do. And since he's a subscriber,
Boom shakalaka.
that's how we do
Oh
it.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
how we do it. That's gonna be for all the new subscribers now. Boom shakalaka. We're gonna throw that out there.
nice.
Just thought of that song.
And I want to play NBA Jam. Eric knows what I'm talking about.
No, I'm
Yeah, he's on fire.
Those are probably the two biggest terms out of NBA Jam. He's on fire and boom shakalaka.
Fire.
Oh, let me see here. Hardest thing to open a twist cap. That's not a twist cap. He's
Amen. Amen.
You're right, no kidding.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, why isn't this twisted? What's going on here? Somebody's playing a practical joke on me.
Wait a minute.
It's like
Bottle
this
opener,
beer.
please.
This beer costs 99 cents for or it costs like $20 for a 20-pack, and I gotta have a bottle opener too.
Yeah, right.
I gotta go back. So Mountain Moon said you're gonna make me pee soon because we were talking about every time you say beer, you gotta drink. Oh, what did I just do? What did I just do?
You didn't say beer, did you, Rod?
Rod, you said beer. Why'd you say beer, Rod? You can't say beer, Rod. Beer.
I can't keep up, guys. Come on.
All of a sudden, now I need another beer.
Beer.
She says, I love this drinking game. Vinyl all day. I love the vinyl. I gotta break out some of my vinyl stuff, but they're all
No.
packed away still. Vinyl's the way to go. Vinyl is
Yeah,
definitely the
but
way to go.
you call it a vinyl? No, because my daughter, she's like, I want a vinyl player, and I mean, like, you mean a record and a record player?
What's a
you know.
vinyl record?
Yeah, Mom.
Well,
but
it's still
only
not a
young
vinyl
people
player.
call them vinyl.
This is the hits.
See, this is getting into the whole soda or pop type thing, mentality. Like, is it
Caramel
soda
or
or is it pop?
I mean, that's true.
No, it's Coke.
If you're in North Carolina, everything is Coke.
Oh.
No, it is.
Yeah, I'm like, I
Or
wanna-
Georgia.
I don't say.
They say
Yeah.
orange Coke or whatever, but yeah.
Orange
No,
Coke.
we got Pepsi. I'm like,
What?
okay, that's fine too. Whatever. That's fine.
I want
I
to
like-
don't want orange.
I call it soda because soda is the first word. It's soda pop if it's official. So you just don't go to the last name. You go to the first name, soda.
But what do you think about people that just call it pop?
It's their prerogative, but they're wrong.
I'm not disagreeing. But a lot of people call it pop, though. I'm just saying.
So I always called it pop, and then I moved to a place where if I would say I'd like a pop, they would stare at me because they didn't know what that meant.
I mean,
That's
You're
I-
right, right.
Like
I
if
lived there
somebody
for
said
3 years.
that-
I had to change and say soda, so now I say soda, and my husband relentlessly teases me for saying soda when it's supposed to be pop. I'm just like, it doesn't matter. You know what
No,
I'm
it's-
talking about.
It's supposed to be Coke. It's just Coke.
Yeah, I'm like, I
Not
want to
just
Coke.
Coke. I like Pepsi better.
Now you can call it by the main name if you have. You want a Pepsi or you want a Coke or you want a Sunkiss. You can go that route, but
No, we just call it Coke everywhere. The restaurants they go, no, we don't have Coke, we have Pepsi. Well, that's fine.
I mean, it's
I'll have
not.
your Coke.
see, I can't. It's like, I'm that way. I don't. If I want a Coke, I want a Coke. I don't want a Pepsi. They say, "Do you nah." Bring me
No,
a
that's
Sprite.
what we
I'll
call
say,
it.
knowing the products, I'd be like, bring me a Sprite because I think Pepsi is Sprite.
No, if they say
No,
Pepsi, it's Mountain Dew.
No, Sierra Mist, right? Mountain Dew.
Got
It's
that
Sierra
Starry
Mist.
now.
Sierra Mist or the
Oh,
Yeah,
Starry.
yes,
Yeah,
Starry.
Starry.
Ugh, Starry. Oof.
Yeah, I'm
Which
like,
I don't even
I'm
know
like,
what Starry is. Watching the basketball games, like, what is this Starry thing they keep showing commercials for?
What is a
So, yeah.
story?
It's the new
Well,
one.
they replaced Sierra Mist as a lemon lime soda.
Yeah, for Pepsi.
Oh, sorry, pop.
The pot, yeah, the
Soda
soda
pop,
pop
just
Coke
say it
is
both.
whatever.
The only
Yeah.
a lemon lime soda.
It competes with Sprite now.
Yeah, like the only time I order those is when it's too late to drink caffeine, but I'll just get water instead.
You can do that too. Yeah.
You know, I'll just get beer instead. Mountain
Well,
Dew.
they don't have that at Wendy's.
That's actually the
Which
better
works,
answer.
but unless you like at a Denny's or something where you can't get beer. You know?
I'll get one for my truck. Let's go.
Who's going
There you
places
go, there
where
you
they
go.
can't get beer?
Tailgate.
You go to places where they don't serve beer. What are you doing
Yeah.
with your life?
Well, let me ask you this: like where you guys are at, do you guys all have Cracker Barrels?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
we do.
Do any of your Cracker Barrels sell alcohol?
They just
There's a
started
couple.
using it. We haven't been
Couple?
there since we
Okay.
have.
I think so, but we haven't been there for a while.
You gotta get that frosty mug of the apple cider. Come on.
Because we've had it at one of the ones
Yes.
where they have it and everything, and actually, like she had the mimosas, which actually were pretty decent.
Wow,
there.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But it's weird. Like I'm sitting here getting sauce and grannies across from the table, right? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, you can't get crazy at Cracker Barrel, you know? It's like the whole time we.
Oh, but you can now. You can now,
No,
right?
no,
You
but
can.
they should be open 24 hours.
Oh,
Like
true.
a Waffle
Like
House.
Waffle House?
serving
You know, I
beer.
feel like there's going
Oh,
to be
God.
like a Reddit thread on people getting crazy at Cracker Barrel now that they have alcohol.
If
There's
Waffle
gonna be a
House sold
Reddit
beer,
trend
you'd have
on
a
that.
waiting list of how long to get.
Well, I always think when I go to Cracker Barrel, one of the first things I always do is I get that little game they have with the pegs you can move around.
Yes.
Solitaire game,
We
yeah.
have
And
this
I'm
at
thinking
one of the breweries I work at.
So now you're going to be hammered trying to figure out how to do it. That's going to be hilarious. So somebody's going to get that on TikTok.
No,
and somebody
but-
being drunk trying to
Right,
figure it out.
Rod, pro tip on that game is you have to make sure you have enough pegs because a bunch of kids come around and then sometimes pegs are missing because there's
Yeah.
only supposed to be like 2 open spaces, I think. So
Yeah.
one, yeah, like you got to make sure you got all the pegs.
But see, that's even better for the drunk people to try to figure that out. Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
Well, I like a
Then it's
challenge.
funnier.
it might be funnier.
but if you have a Cracker Barrel near you, they may have alcohol now, which is actually.
I think they do, but
Yeah.
Todd's like, and he's not wrong. All of their food tastes the same. Like their mashed potatoes, their dumplings, it all like.
I like Cracker Barrel, but you know what? Any Cracker Barrel you go to, you're right. You'll get the same thing. But I like the same that they have. They all follow the same formula. They
like
basically
They
did like a
still don't do
McDonald's
biscuits
model where everybody has to do the same thing, same way.
They
Yeah.
still don't do
I hate
biscuits and gravy right. Until they
days.
fix their biscuits and gravy, I got nothing.
Okay. There you go.
There
There's
you
the picture
go.
right there. There you
And
go.
There's
those
your game
little
right there.
pegs are missing.
You solitaire.
You don't like the biscuits and gravy at Cracker Barrel?
No, we got Dairy Queen.
They don't
right
pull it
next
off
to
right. My
and that's
grandma's
better.
from Arkansas, and I had
Mm.
great biscuits and gravy growing up. And honestly,
Hell
Cracker
yeah.
Barrel ain't cutting it.
Mm.
No,
No,
I
I would agree with that. I would agree with that too, Mel. For sure.
See, for someone like me that was
But-
late to the biscuit and gravy game, I thought they were okay, but I'm late to the
I
game.
mean,
But
I'm
they're
late.
peach,
Bad.
Rod had his first business gravy like 2 weeks ago. So
That's in
but
Memphis
their,
last month.
their
That's pretty
peach
good.
cobbler and their apple crisp are on point. The peach
not to
cobbler and
mention
apple
like
crisp
fried
are on
bologna
point.
3 months before that. So.
Can we please stop talking about fried bologna? It's been like
Oh, fried food.
That was gonna be 4 more years. It's never gonna
Jesus
stop.
Christ.
It's never gonna stop.
The
Fried
breaded
bologna's-
mushrooms.
Fried bologna's like, don't forget about me.
Right.
I'm a culinary delight.
God.
I don't know if I go that far, but
Let's move past it.
Let's see. People in the chat. Has anybody in the chat not had fried bologna? Let us know in the
Fair
comments.
enough. Fair enough.
I'm curious because people may not have fried bologna. I didn't
What?
have it for a few
No.
years ago.
Rod, you were literally the last person
See?
on earth that has not had.
We're about to find out.
So
Erica, have you had fried bologna before? Okay.
you were it,
Oh,
Rod.
we're
You
mustard
were
on that
last-
thing. Come on now.
Okay, maybe. Possibly.
Sorry, mustard.
You also might be the last to have like biscuits and gravy. Also.
JT finally made it in the house. Happy Indictment Day, everybody.
Oh
Did he say that?
no!
I think he said that before when it was first coming
I
out.
plead the fifth on that one.
Happy indictment. Happy second indictment day, right?
Probably.
You know, just got back from Madison where you're visiting a friend. Oh, you probably got some good beer in
Oh,
Madison.
fun.
Nice. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. You missed our news item, but New Orleans was number 5 now for beer cities.
No.
Oh, does he
get
live in
back
New
down there.
Orleans?
No, he's in Chicago with Mal, but he's from down Louisiana.
Oh.
Hardest thing, oh, we did that twist cap. Hate to say, but digital is close to second to analog. First step is admitting you got a problem. The other 11 is drinking your way through the box, convincing yourself you don't. I like that. You
Yeah.
don't give up.
Yes.
You don't go with the first one because mom didn't raise a quitter.
Oh,
That's right.
Jerry.
Yes.
Hey, Hammy knows what's
R.I.P.
up.
Jerry.
I love this woman. I love her.
Well, you know what the difference is between an alcoholic and a drunk, right?
They go to meetings.
I was saying one has to go to class. You kind of closer, yeah.
We saw it on a T-shirt when we got married in Vegas.
Oh, did you really?
Alcoholics go to meetings.
No. I was
I'm
gonna
not
go
an
to class.
alcoholic. Alcoholics go to meetings.
I'm not a quitter. I'm not a quitter.
Oh, good night, Big Rome. Thanks again for subbing, my friend. Twist
Yeah.
up in some nightcap brews.
Cheers.
I'm
I'm
on
on
step
step
4.
Step 4.
That's a lot of steps.
Todd and Shannon are on their back deck, and so it just got dark behind them. So
And our bug light is working.
yeah, and they're trying to wait for the aliens to show up. So we were talking about aliens earlier, too. So
Oh, Bug Light, not
Nice.
Bud Light.
It's after hours. They're asleep.
it's your sunglasses, Chew.
Oh,
I love how Tom is nodding his head like he's jamming some KRS One. Oh, he's feeling it, yo. Big one with the beer.
Drink.
Mallory's saying beer a lot, huh? I'd be down within an hour. Look, can't spell now, and I just got here.
He's got a cat too.
Oh, hey, JT says, Liz says, big hugs, everyone. She's going to be a local pub to celebrate with her BFF, who's in town from Ithaca. Oh, very nice.
Nice.
Tell Liz we say hello as well. Ithaca,
What's up, Liz?
the craft beer that got me going. Ithaca Beer Company.
yeah, power.
Mallory's just trying to help you drink. LOL.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, I can't do the alarm now. You're not empty yet. So
I
if you
know. I'm
pass out
just
playing
saying
this
it
game,
so Chew has
you're
to drink.
lost. If you pass out playing the game,
I
Call
feel like
it-
that's a win, right?
I feel like we'll call it a draw.
You're right there. You go.
Yeah.
It's a draw. It's
That's a
draw,
win.
yes.
It's like Monty Python and the Black Knight. We'll call it a draw. You have no arms or legs.
It's
I'll
really
put my
a
legs
special
off.
win.
That's a downer. That's a downer.
You never saw Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Oh, you just said if you had no arms or legs.
You never saw the scene where he fights the Black
It's
Knight.
the Black
Hey, dude,
Knight.
bleed on me to death.
Yeah, yeah.
She's
You're
never
gonna
seen
make
it.
you bleed on me?
I
This
fart,
going back for
I fart in your general direction.
Your mother was a hamburger and your father smelt of elderberries.
Yep.
Oh, game that is. It kind of doesn't win if you pass out playing the game.
So
Yeah.
That's why I always win against
Had
you.
me dead.
But
Oh.
just don't pass out if Bill Cosby's around. That's all I'm saying.
I think with that mustache, he'd be safe.
I don't know. You don't know about Bill.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, all the women have already got wind of what he does, so now he's got to
He's got
Go for
another
the mustaches.
he's got another woman that just filed against him. I'm like, dude, like how many are out there still? Like this was back from the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeast cake. Big heads.
Oh,
dunks.
Cosby, all right.
Pounder back. Whoa, what are we talking about now?
Oh, wait.
Pounders. You got to pounder them back.
That's the one that makes you think it's not. Of all the statements we've said tonight, that's the one that makes you go there.
I'm just going through the chat, Shannon. I'm just going
Shannon,
through.
are you going to talk about gasms again?
Choose, yeah. She says pop all day. Gilbert says it's pop. I grew up saying either Coke or cold drink. Well, there you go, JT.
Cold drink.
Like in this, yeah, cold drink. You know, like you
Cold
say,
drink?
you go to a place that says cold drinks, and you have sodas and different stuff. You never seen like
cold drinks.
Haven't either.
I mean, I've
really?
seen a sign that said cold drinks, but I didn't assume it was soda.
Well, that's what. I mean, depending where you're at. I mean, a cold drink could be a soda, it could be an ice water.
I mean, I'm glad
guess
they
it
have
never
cold
occurred to
drinks
me.
instead of hot drinks. You know,
Hot drinks would be coffee, tea.
Right.
we're assuming a lot of
Iced
things.
tea is a cold
I've
drink.
seen cold drinks and I've seen hot drinks.
So what do you
Iced
assume
tea,
with cold
tea,
drinks?
hot-
You know what they
cold
say
drink.
when you
Cold drinks would be like soda, milk, water. Those
Hot
would be
drinks
cold
would
drinks.
Be like tap
Hot
water.
drinks would be hot drinks would be coffee or tea, or hot water for your tea.
Glad we figured that one out.
Hmm.
You know what they say when you assume.
You make an A.
Yeah.
You live in the Midwest, is pop. Yeah, Midwest people do say pop, but you know,
But I'm like, because
Pittsburgh
Only
people,
above Highway 80. It has
Pittsburgh
to be
people-
above Highway 80.
Pittsburgh people say Ewins too, but you know that's their thing.
Ewins?
Yeah,
Yeah.
instead of you all, they say Ewins
Yeah.
or
Do you
Yins.
say Utes? Utes?
That's Northeast.
Uh,
okay,
They
well,
get hurricanes in the Northeast.
What the hell's a Ute?
what did you do to me?
it's right the line between being young and being old.
All these years later, my cousin Vinny is still out there, just like
It's so
the two,
great.
the two what? The two youths. The what? The two youths.
You. Oh, jeez.
That is so good. The Utes. Excuse me.
One of Joe Pesci's finest roles, yeah.
Definitely.
Wobbly pops, so give me a wobbly. What's a wobbly?
Beer.
Wobbly.
I'm
Drink
drinking
again,
Spotted
Mountain.
Cow by New
Whoa.
Glarus here.
Oh, I've heard of that beer. I've
Well,
never-
if you're in Wisconsin, you can get it there. You just got to be in Wisconsin.
Okay, it's
We're
11:13.
Is it really?
And I'm
It
like,
is,
I'm
yeah.
gonna go to bed. I'm tapping out 11, but I think I can drink another beer. And
I think you go. I think you're going one more because I'm going to go one more.
Get one more down.
My
Oh, she
Cracker
said
Barrel is
beer.
just cheese. Y'all got beer cheese? No, we got beer. I mean, there's no beer cheese, but some Cracker Barrels have beer. that you
They
can
do,
drink.
yeah.
Is there enough up here? Or you go
Yeah,
downstairs?
no, I haven't. Yeah.
Go
I'm gonna
downstairs.
do the old sign out, Roger. I'm gonna do this little sign out here.
Are you out?
I am, sir.
All right, my friend.
Cheers
Great to have you on for a bit.
for having me. Yeah, everybody, cheers. And yeah, we typically do on my channel next week. We'll do the Wild Card Wednesday, Thomas Mile 75. Just bring a beer, wine, or spirit, any adult beverage. And the only real rule is just don't be a douche. That's it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
hate
so
dude.
make sure-
Cheers.
Make sure to check him out and
Good seeing you.
appreciate having you on.
Thank you, sir.
Crowd's going crazy. They really like that.
No doubt. That's like, there you go. There you go.
They're like encore, encore.
No, so like I don't identify as a Midwestern and I don't identify as a Southerner.
Wait a minute. Now we got to identify by regions? I'm going to be totally confused
I mean,
with
we've
what
been doing
people are
that for
doing.
a long time. I mean, that like where I'm at, like we don't talk like Midwestern. We don't
It
talk
calls
like
Midwest even. I'm not
You're
sure.
Midwest. You're Midwest where you are.
I know, but
Darling, you taught me how to say Louisville. So you're
Yeah,
Southern,
yeah.
not Midwestern.
I need to get a beer too.
yeah,
As
because
soon as you told me how to say Louisville,
Continue
like
with
you-
Shanna's accent there.
yeah, and I'm like, but I don't. I mean, I feel like I would probably. I don't know. I feel like Southerns are asshole. I mean, they're.
I feel like we're more Eastern than Midwest.
I feel like we're
I
in the
Midwest
middle.
would be like
I don't know.
Missouri,
Where'd Rod go?
Illinois, maybe. Probably get another
to
beer.
get a beer.
Yeah, like I don't like.
Mountain
I don't
Moon, you got
feel
a drink.
I don't feel Southern because I'm not really Southern.
Your
But I
accent
don't-
says otherwise, darling.
I know, but like,
That's what everybody says.
I've been drinking these lightweight beers tonight, so we're going to take it up a notch. And just
Rod,
drop
it's a you.
the hop
Hey,
in.
Ooh,
Triple
the hop-
IPA. Drop that in there.
This is what I'm drinking too, by the way.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh. Electric Dino
Dino.
Boogie.
What's your
I
I
Dino
love the
Boogie?
can art.
I love can. I like can art better than the. I mean, I don't know if I love it better than the beer, but I really appreciate. But so 2 things happened today. So last night I slept on the couch because my legs were bothering me, and so Todd got up this morning, and I heard him go into the bathroom. He slept in her bed. I heard him go to the bathroom. So I got up off the couch and went and slept in her bed. And he came out, and I woke up. I don't know. I woke up probably 8 o'clock-ish. I look at my phone, and Todd's like, "Where are you at? I looked all over the house for you this morning, and I couldn't find you." And
I literally looked at every single room in the house except for back in our bedroom. I was like, she was on the couch. I was like, where the hell did she go? I was like, she done fucking left. She done got in a car and drove off somewhere. I don't know where she's at.
She went to Cracker Barrel.
like, dude, I was in bed.
Really? That was not the last place I looked because I passed through there coming out today. You know, it was like she wasn't
You
there.
thought I just disappeared in the middle.
Did she
of
freak? Did it freak you out when you saw her in the bed? Like you had the bed? Like, wait a second.
No, I
See me
didn't.
in the
No, I
bed.
didn't see her. I didn't see her.
He woke up. He was in the bed.
I looked everywhere in the house except for back in the bedroom. While I was in the bathroom, she went and got back in bed.
Because when he got up, I was on the couch, and he got out of bed, went to our bathroom. I heard him get up, and I'm like, he's going to come out here and watch TV, so I'm going to get up and go lay in the bed. He walked out of our bathroom, which is like right next to our bed, and he said he didn't see me, and then he proceeded to search the whole house for me.
So I checked the spare rooms, went downstairs on my daughter's room, checked in the storage room. I was like, maybe she threw a blanket on the floor in there. I was like, where the hell is she at? I was like, damn, she done fucking left. I guess. Opened the garage door. I was like, nope, the car's still here. I was like, she's up back. I took the hammock out back. Our daughter has the hammock out back. Like, she slept in the hammock. Nope, she wasn't there. I was like, I don't know where she's at. I was
I'm like, I was literally right there when you walked out of the bathroom.
so she messaged me back right in his apartment. I was like, thank God. I was kind of worried about it. I was like, where the hell are you at?
And then
So-
I held a baby pig today.
So
did
y'all
what
know,
with me?
or I'm sorry, yins know.
Yes.
I had some scary stuff going on with my phone earlier. When
Yeah.
I heard that door close downstairs, it was Chew coming home. I texted him saying, "Are you home?" And he said, "Maybe, or it's a ghost." That
He
jerk.
was watching you on YouTube.
I don't know if he was watching or if he was just being a jerk, but either way, it made me cranky. Maybe, or it's a ghost. I'm like, oh God.
You may have hired a ghost to freak you out. Yeah, you know. I don't know how you would pay a ghost, but
So-
you know.
I go through things where I like just want to watch one specific type of thing, and lately the thing that I've been watching is YouTube videos of scary stuff. So like CCTV footage of weird things that have happened.
Is it like paranormal type stuff?
Generally, yes, but not always.
Don't let the cat out.
Aliens, whatever. But I've been kind of on a kick, and I've been watching a lot of that. So when
It's
he
in your
said
head.
that, he was just being a jerk to me because I've been watching so much of that. But you guys saw my phone came on twice and played songs, and I didn't touch my phone, and it kind of freaked me out a little. So yeah,
I think you need to lay off the paranormal TV.
I think I do too.
Yeah, I think you
It's
should watch
not
the
good for
Hallmark
me,
Channel.
apparently.
We're gonna
I
dive
mean,
in.
that's just as ridiculous as paranormal, but you know,
But why did my phone do that twice? Turned off.
because the
Why did
universe
my
is
phone
trying
do
to
that?
tell you something that has nothing to do with ghosts.
Mhm.
What if there are spirits and she's entered a portal and now they're being attracted
Sounds
to her?
interesting. I wouldn't mind that.
I've never gotten any paranormal feelings in our apartment ever. The whole time I've been here. Now I've had them in other places, but not here.
Gilbert said Denny has beers in Canada, but almost helps the food. You know what? Beer would help the food at Denny's. But it's funny that Denny's has beer in
It's all
Canada.
about that Grand Slam, man.
No,
Greg
Charleston
beer is
chicken
5% or 24
fries.
cases. Handle's big enough for mittens.
Blake, shut up.
So is Mountain at one of the breweries then?
Huh?
Is Mountain at one of the breweries?
No. She lives. Oh God.
I just saw the regular beer is 5%.
She lives literally middle of nowhere. Like I had to call her to say that I was sending her a package because she had to meet the mail person. So she lives middle of nowhere in Canada.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking in the States, like what state would that be? Middle of nowhere. And I'm thinking Oklahoma.
Definitely Canada.
Thinking
That
Oklahoma.
sounds like heaven. If like, here's my buddy. Look, my buddy jumped up here in Todd's spot.
Mountain Moon, correct me. I don't know if it's what
Buddy.
you're all the way to the east end, right?
Like past Ontario, like out towards Nova Scotia.
Hey, boy.
I think so.
Well, okay.
She'll correct in the
Because
comments.
Nova Scotia is like an hour ahead of us on the east. Can't go wrong with beer cheese. I agree. Fried bologna, aka Newfie steak.
Oh,
So
Newfoundland. Yeah.
yeah. So Mountains had fried bologna. I take it then. JV, cheers. What is up, JV? Hashtag Shannon Rocks.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
Aw.
Yeah, if y'all checked out JV, JV does his lives on Friday nights, so make sure to check him out as well. JV's Hangout. That's always a good time. Gets a little crazy. Slice of hot dog down the center, curls up like a Newfie ribs. Tell you what.
Come here, buddy. Come here.
Slice a hot dog down the center.
Yes.
Now they actually like Nathan's and places like that in the Northeast. They all have hot dogs where they slice them like that, and then I'll put the toppings inside of them.
Yeah, it holds toppings better.
Yeah.
So we're having a graduation party for our daughter Saturday, and we're having hamburgers and hot dogs. So Todd went and got like last night. Well, he got it the night a while back, but we had the hot dogs, the buns, relish, mustard, pickle, or ketchup, and onion. So like I'm usually just straight mustard, but we got in bed. I'm like, let's watch some Silo, and I'm like, I want one of them hot dogs, and I want all the toppings on it. Sliced up some onion. It was delicious.
Sometimes a hot dog just hits.
We should get some chili and cheese, and we can have chili dogs too.
Ooh, there you go. Now you're talking.
Yeah. Yes.
See, Chew's never had a fried bologna, but he doesn't like regular bologna either. So.
Well, I mean,
fried
I'll have to cook you some fried bologna at some
But
point.
does Chew eat hot dogs?
Yeah.
Then he'd be fine with fried bologna, I think. Right?
I agree.
Yeah.
fried bologna is
It hits a little different for sure.
It's like,
Honestly, if you add enough Worcestershire, you're not gonna notice.
You put Worcestershire on your fried bologna?
On occasion, yeah.
Now, see, Todd, y'all were giving me shit. Y'all were giving me shit about stuff I put on. You're not gonna say anything about Mal.
And on the spam.
but how did it? I don't feel like the bologna's got such a film on it. It could never like soak up the Worcestershire.
Y'all gonna let Mal get away with that after the shit y'all giving me about stuff I put on my fried
Oh,
bologna?
thank God we can talk about something else besides
Love Worcestershire.
Deflection.
Actually, she made corned
They
beef
told
hash.
me
with
I was
Worcestershire.
too fancy for my fried bologna. I'm just saying, you're using Worcestershire
Deflection.
sauce.
Chew uses it in the corned beef hash, and I've fallen in love with the damn stuff. I can't get enough.
It's Worcester sister sauce.
Whatever. We all have different names for different things. We know what you're talking about.
No, Shannon. No, you're letting Mal off the hook. Is what you're doing because you gave me shit about being too fancy. You're just letting her off the hook.
It's a girl thing.
I see what you're doing.
Rod, I was totally fine with you never trying fried bologna. It was a Todd thing. Talking about it. He's obsessed with you trying fried bologna like 18
I had you, I had Todd, I had EB, I had Erie, I had Blake. All tell me you done too much. You done too much.
Yeah, but he's the only one still talking about it.
That was in the comments.
Because he won't stop talking about it.
Well, we talked about it earlier, then it went to the comments. Yeah, so fried bologna,
Rod, have
just
you
like
ever
sliced hot
tried-
dogs.
Have you ever tried an ostrich egg with radish sauce and pickle juice on top of it?
She's making shit up now.
Wait a minute, you call me fancy and you're asking me if I ever tried that shit before.
She's
just saying. That's
ostrich jerky. Does that count?
It's very common in Sellersburg to have ostrich.
I've had ostrich burger. I've never had ostrich egg.
I've had ostrich jerky.
I don't know. I've never had an ostrich egg. I'm just fucking with you.
I had ostrich burger at like Ted Turner's restaurant in Atlanta before. Pretty
Where's
good.
Vanessa at when you need her? She's like, yes, those are great.
No, but I do see I saw ostrich egg on sale at Jungle Gyms, and it was like $50.
Regular bologna is disgusting. You got to fry it up, or say your regular bologna sandwich, bologna and cheese. Fry with me, put some Miracle Whip on it. Good to go. Out the door.
What's wrong with cold spam? Spam is.
You said
Well,
cold.
spam has to be heated up too. It has to be cooked.
No,
Well-
it's better fried, but
No, you
I
throw it
can-
in the pan and you do the spices
No, but if
and
it's
stuff.
cold,
It's so
it's got all
good.
gel on top of it. Like,
Here we go into meat wars again.
That's what she said.
No, believe me, it's not what she said.
You don't got to fry up bologna, though. Bologna, you can go right from the
You
package.
ain't got to fry spam either. But it is better. Both of them are better fried, but
It's
They
like
are.
when
you ain't got it.
Better
You
fried.
ain't got it.
It's like when you put Vienna sausage in the refrigerator because it's cold, but then you have to like peel all the gel
But
off
you
the top of
But you
it.
still eat it.
Oh,
though,
yeah,
don't
that's
you?
not
That is gross.
appetizing,
Get
so
rid
You
of the
still
gel.
eat it,
See,
don't you?
I don't eat Vienna sausage. Yeah, that's not one thing I'm messing around with.
Oh, see, you're
Rod
missing-
wasn't on that side of the
I have
tracks.
different sausages. I got
No,
some Red
you
Hots
do
in there,
the-
but I do
the-
not mess with Vienna.
You do the club crackers, and then you do
Red
sharp
Hot
cheddar,
sausage.
and then one of those Vienna sausages.
You
Hell
never
yeah.
had that sausage?
Not kidding.
The
So good.
Vienna, those little things and the little crack. Nah,
Yeah, the little things.
nah.
But with a cracker and with sharp cheddar, super sharp cheddar.
So you
Phenomenal.
messing around with that.
Fried
Next thing you know, you're eating. Next thing you know, you're eating sardines. You start messing around with those little
I like
things.
sardines.
See what I mean? See what I
like
mean?
sardines. I like anchovies. I'm not allowed to eat them because Chew hates fish, but I do like them.
I do not. I don't mess around with sardines. I don't mess around with capers. I don't mess around with capers.
Oh, I
I don't
love
like
capers.
No,
Chew
capers.
loves capers too.
See,
Capers are good
I feel
if they're on
capers and pine nuts
certain
are similar.
things. So,
Capers in a pasta salad is phenomenal. You need them in a pasta salad. You can't have one otherwise.
they're just salty.
Yeah, they're
Salty balls.
salty. It's
Salty balls.
lovely.
They're salty balls. I mean, that's basically what they are.
Pardon me,
the
sir.
difference, yeah.
Do you have any more of those salty balls I can have?
Yeah, he's acting like he's 10.
No.
But we're all laughing like we're 10, so you know.
I don't do caviar either. I pass on caviar.
No, I wouldn't do caviar either.
I like caviar too.
People like it. It's fish eggs, so I just don't. Not
It's
my
salty.
thing. I mean,
It's
We
good.
had, I remember in history class, like in 8th grade.
Foreign foods.
No, that was in history class. We got an extra credit of some sort by tasting caviar.
I feel like that was not state funded.
I mean, it probably wasn't,
actually, JT, that
but it wasn't bad.
I would say that's kind of not wrong, kind of a little bit. I think because of the Alcoholic Anonymous program is based around faith stuff, so a lot of people do come out of it kind of being more to the religious type thing.
And see, that's, like my whole thing with I don't necessarily believe those things, but I'm like, if that's what, I'm glad the people that want to be better and that's what makes them better, I'm glad that they have that.
If that works for them, that's great.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm glad that you have that. I mean, I have what I have, and it's not what you have, and I hope you're happy with what I have that makes me happier. So.
You know what pea meal is?
So pea meal is like pea meals are the meat they have in Canada.
What's pea?
Kind of like a ham-like substance, but
Yeah.
that's something they eat up in Canada and stuff.
It's Canadian spam is what it is.
I mean,
But Gilbert has always loved pea meal. Gilbert's told about pea meal for years, and
No. I want some.
But it's like me back in the Northeast, like Scrapple. I still do not like Scrapple. People love Scrapple here.
never heard of Scrapple.
Where Ty's at, people love
I don't know
Geta.
what scrapple
Not that
is.
much of a difference between Geta and Scrapple. It's just one is done with oats.
Geta, pea meal, and Scrapple.
You never
Never
have
heard
I don't know
you never
what
heard of
those are.
Geta?
I think I'm really drunk, and I don't. I think
Todd,
we're
you don't
all
have Geta
dancing.
there?
What is Geta?
Out of Cincinnati, it's like
I don't really think we see it here very often. To be
okay.
honest.
I thought it got down to Louisville and over to where you guys in
It
Indiana.
sounds
So
like
it's-
a type of cheese.
so it, no.
Sweetie,
It's
I'm married to
it's
someone who
not
went to
cheese,
University of Michigan. I'm not allowed to go to Ohio.
in
No, I
Cincinnati.
didn't
Well,
even
that's
know
true.
that.
Yeah,
Geta,
yeah.
pea meal.
They don't even say Ohio, I'm sure.
I know. I'm
It's
not
just-
allowed.
In Cincinnati,
Geta,
they
no.
have Geta because it's a big German heritage, and Geta is basically different parts of the pork, kind of like the scrap type parts that they put together. They roll it like with grain and stuff like that and everything to make it like into a meat type patty. But they do like a Geta Fest and all bunch of stuff. Usually,
So it's like a sausage,
kind of like the sausage, correct?
Okay.
like
And
in
then
a casing.
no, it's not in the casing. It's kind of like a patty that you'll get on stuff. They'll put it like they'll do like Geta conies and stuff like that, like in chili and stuff to crumble it into it. They'll do different things with it. If you Google Geta Fest, Goetta, you'll see it like in Cincinnati where they do it every year.
I feel like I need to know what Geta is before I worry about a fest about Geta.
You just explained what Geta is.
Yeah, it's pork that's done with like a
It sounds
baked.
like a bratwurst or a sausage.
No,
or
it's not a sausage. It's done with like oats and stuff like that. And you'd have to look at it. Just type
like
in
fried bologna, but it's not.
type in Goetta and it'll tell you. But in the East, where I'm at, they have scrapple, which is like Geta, except the difference is one uses rolled oats and one uses like a different type of thing in their recipe.
So like the oats and the whatever is like a filler for the meat.
Right. And they
Gotcha.
fry it up and they do different stuff with it. But like at Newport and Levy, they have a big Geta Fest in Newport.
That
all the
looks
time.
like a crab cake. That looks delicious.
People love it. I don't, but some people love it there. And then here in the East, we have scrapple, which is kind of like that as well. So what Gilbert
What's a
has up there,
grain sausage? What does that mean?
It means that the grains are mixed in with the sausage.
yeah, there you go.
Or
But
mush?
the
I
pea
like
meal
that.
that Gilbert talks about is kind of more like unless I'm wrong, Gilbert, you can let me know in the comments, but I think it's more like a Canadian bacon type ham type thing.
Oh, here you go, right? This is the definition of it right here. Geta is a meat and grain sausage or mush of German inspiration that is popular in Metro Cincinnati.
That's what he just said.
I know, no, I was saying that's what it says when you look it up.
You were just validating what
It
he
is
said.
primarily composed of ground meat, pinhead oats, and spices.
Yeah. And if you type in scrapple, then that's kind of what the East is, but they do it different rather than the oats that are used for Geta. They do a different recipe to it. That's big in the East.
So it's kind of like Pepsi, Coke, pop, and soda.
So it says
Like different names for different things.
No, they're
about
different. No, they're
bakery.
because no, they're kind of different.
yeah, it
on how
looks
they're made.
different, and the picture looks
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Scrapple, also known by the Pennsylvania Dutch name panahas, is traditionally a mush or pork scraps of trimmings combined with cornmeal and wheat flour, often buckwheat flour and spices.
That looks like a ham
So-
hock.
So instead of the oat like they use for the Geta, they use the flour stuff there for the.
It's
there.
definitely
Yeah.
different for sure.
Yeah.
You know,
But people love.
sometimes I feel like I have enough unknown things in my head
You don't need
that I
those
don't
also.
understand, and now I have to do Geta and Scrapple and pea meal and my mouth about to explode.
JB's comment.
Like, turn the lights down low. I can't make a comment
Totally
about
JB
no,
for sure.
because our cat's clawing our curtain.
Yeah, JB, you missed it earlier. It's like our cat's about ready to shred the now be getting some of each.
There's 3 of them.
Send them out to you.
That would be true too, Gilbert. If you pass out with Bill Cosby, you had zero choice in the situation. Yeah.
Right. For sure. For sure.
You know, a cold drink is highly respected and anticipated phrase because it could be iced tea as well as a cold drink. Big Daddy says pop. He's pretty much exhilarated about saying pop there. Like,
Yeah, right. Exclamation.
I'm like, that sounds like a gunshot or a firework.
JV timestamp. I'm only off by 11 minutes, sir.
Speaking of which, beer, drink. Not moon, I'm looking at you.
I feel like the commenters are only just to give you shit about how long it takes you.
They wouldn't have their comment. They wouldn't hear their voice heard. Sleep is for the dead. I think it was said by
I
someone.
just heard you yell "God damn it" really loud. But I was also saying that to make Mountain Moon drinks, so it was a
He kinda
bonus
stubbed
for
his
me.
toe.
I got to make her drink, make 2 drink, and he has to get me a drink. So
Might
this
be
was
hurt.
threefold
Might be
goodness.
It's,
for me.
it's great that Chew understands that sound now too. So
till 11:35. I mean, I know I set goals and I know I'm gonna fail them.
Yeah, right. The crowd was going crazy when Derek left.
Yeah.
In Memphis, they call it Mid-South.
Yes, we're mid. No, we're
No,
upper
you're
South.
Midwest Indiana, or you're Central Plains or something. You're Central or
Southern
something.
Indiana.
Yeah.
I'm Southern Indiana.
We're something. I'm not sure what it is, but we're something.
I never
You're
got
in
Southerners from. How can Southerners be from up north? Oh, from. I don't get that, JT. You were down in Louisiana. You were a Southerner.
Wave, chew, wave.
Wait, he's saying, he wants you to
There's
wear
a
it.
chew.
Yeah.
The hand of Chew.
We can't see it. We just see your fingertips.
Look closer. There it is. There you go.
Oh, I think you got a little neck in there. We got a little neck that time.
I could have tricked him into it. I'm like, Mal's all the way over to the right of the screen, so the camera is not exactly where it's supposed to be.
So next time.
So you think your hand's in front of the camera, but it's actually
not really.
not. So like you can reach over a little bit farther.
Well, find out what Southern Granny says. Bless your heart. As a teenager, she just called him a dumbass Southern.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how it actually works. Yeah, to
Oh, bless
the
your
backhand is
heart.
so. I identify as a
Bless
trailer
your
park.
heart, it totally is.
If you got to choose to identify, Gilbert chose trailer park for his identification.
See, I'm okay with that
Wait,
because I'm like,
wait,
I'm
wait,
from
wait,
the
hold
trailer
up.
park.
What
And then it's like,
pronoun
oh,
goes
she's so
with trailer
smart for
park?
being from the trailer park.
TP? TP?
I don't
So,
know what pronoun
Down,
to
start
put there.
low, and then
I would say TP. Not just
That's
toilet
not a
paper,
pronoun.
but toilet paper and trailer park.
trailer park, or both, whichever.
Yeah. You know, sometimes people live in the trailer
Those
park
take cash out.
and they don't want to spend all that
Well, I
money.
certainly hope so. Maybe that'll make them stop.
Well, I mean, if it's
interfering with
Casper,
their
he's a
phone.
if it's Casper, he's a friendly ghost. So yeah, he'll work it out.
There you go.
I cannot wait to get my shirt.
No, I live in the bush. Whoa, hey, nothing to do here but hang out with my
Wait,
goat in
what?
Northern Ontario.
We're either in Australia,
Northern Ontario, okay.
or New Zealand, or
So
Europe.
she's north of where Gilbert is, Em.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
You
my
rabbit
goat.
holes moving like coast to coast. AM.
Oh my God. No, Eric. So when my daughter was a baby, a newborn, and I'd have to get up with her all the time. Like we had to wake her up every 2
Oh
hours.
God, you're talking about
And so when she would wake up in the middle of the night, I'd go into her nursery, and it was like in 2005. And I would like breastfeed her, and I'd turn on the AM radio, and I'd listen to Coast AM about the aliens and all that stuff.
Yes, I was gonna say yes.
Yeah, I loved
There you
it.
go.
There'd be
No,
some.
listen, our bologna is really just lives. You know what? Probably in the States here as well. That's why nobody ever asks what's in the bologna.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody asked that question. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing in hot dogs, except for they roll them out, and then they roll them out or they roll them up.
I see what you're doing, JT. You're trying to start some hot dog revelry here. I like pineapple on my hot dog.
Did you make that up? Because now you need to get some pineapple when you go and get the.
I think because he's in a city where they don't like pineapple on pizza.
I like extra pineapple on my
I would
pizza.
be intrigued to try pineapple on a hot dog. I would try that.
No, I want to get some pineapple.
Pineapple.
I like jalapenos on hot dogs.
You put
so I
some-
that on
Get
there.
some jalapenos too
I slice
and
them up.
jalapeno is excellent together, and that would be interesting.
on a hot dog.
Would you pour some chili
Sure,
dog
why
sauce
not?
on top?
I've done it on a
Well-
pizza, so a hot dog might work too.
I mean, if you can put hot dogs in ketchup and you can put hot dogs in mac and cheese, why can't you put hot dogs with pineapple and jalapeno? Like,
We can
really?
start-
Don't knock the hot dogs and mac and cheese.
I know, I'm not. I love
Oh,
hot
okay,
dogs and mac
okay,
and cheese.
okay. I
It's
thought
one of
you
my
was.
favorites.
We could start a food truck.
I would never
dogs
knock
and
hot dogs and
jalapenos
mac and
and
cheese.
pineapple.
Hot dogs and the fixins.
I call it
that
dog.
was my
Some crazy
childhood. Hot
name.
dogs and the mac and cheese. I loved it.
Start a
Oh, me
food truck.
too.
and-
Okay, Mal. I thought you was.
No, I ain't knocking it. I think it's
Like
wonderful.
cut it up and throw it in there. Oh, you got
Yep.
yourself
I
a
mean,
meal.
it's kind of like
Good stuff right there.
SpaghettiOs. It's kind of like
Right, Brian's
SpaghettiOs.
going, I have no idea what right now. I've never had such a thing. I just had fried bologna and biscuits and gravy a month ago, so you know.
Right? Do
Oh,
you have a Dairy Queen around your house?
not around my house now.
Well, then I don't know what to tell you. You're just gonna have to set Cracker Barrel.
I don't have a Cracker Barrel near my house either, though.
Well,
No, he had biscuits and gravy a
I
couple weeks
know.
ago.
He
If
said
you
he
want,
had,
I can
like,
take
Cracker
you to a Cracker
Barrels.
Barrel if you're really itchy.
Ah.
We were
for
talking
it. I
about
can
we were
take
talking
you
about
one.
Cracker Barrel, and Mal was saying that biscuits and gravies were not up to par there. So
Yeah,
I think that's the
No,
last place.
I agree.
That's the
No,
last place I've
that's-
had biscuits and gravy was
That's
there.
where I was
No,
Okay.
no,
going.
you
And I
need
was
good
like,
biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just
if there's a
Well,
Dairy
see,
Queen,
now that I'm back on the East, we got diners, and diners definitely know how to do it together. They actually
that's
deliver.
good. That's
Yeah.
good.
See, Rod, when you still lived in Kentucky, and if y'all would have come here like you were going to, could have made you some biscuits and gravy for breakfast sometime. You know.
That could have worked. Yeah.
I mean, you still can. It's not like you're that super far away.
hey,
But
Todd,
True.
you need to quit thinking about.
Well,
the
you guys
fact-
are about to get Wawa, so you're about to get a little bit of the East there anyway.
yes, Wawa.
See, every time you say Wawa, I think about dolphins.
How's that happen?
Like,
I mean, that's what I'm thinking.
I think you broke me. Like I literally broke. I just
mahi mahi.
Has
Mm.
nothing to do with Wawa.
You're not supposed to make dolphin. You're not supposed to kill dolphins for that now.
mahi mahi is
That's
different
tuna.
than Wawa.
Mahi is tuna.
It is very different, but that's where my head goes.
Okay.
Okay.
Just get an answer, Rod. Get an answer. Just say, okay, go on.
Hey, I don't pretend that I make sense to everybody, but I just wanted you to know that's what I think about everything you say. Every time you mention Wawas.
So does anyone want to know what she brought me?
Is Coast to Coast still a thing,
Yes.
though?
Well, JV's still listening to him.
Thing.
He brought me a beer called Shandy Pants Lemon Ale
Mm.
It's got pineapple in it, I'm sure, right?
with 100% drinkability, they say. I can't show it, but
100%
100%
drinkability.
drinkability.
How do you rate a drinkability?
You
I
can't. That's
don't
why they
know.
can put it on a label.
And if it's a
So-
shandy, I got questions already.
So the brewery
I
is
feel like
called
it
Double
might be.
Clutch. I do
So.
love their beer. Every beer I've had from them has been excellent. So I've never tried their shandy, but this is definitely what he brought me upstairs, and I'm a little frightened because I generally don't go for the shandies. That's usually Choose Bag.
Come on, Chew.
Can we do better, man?
Oh, but I got a perfect
You
pour
might
again.
love it.
That still looks good. That looks good in the glass. Still, I'm just
Sorry,
saying.
I'm gonna go pee, and then I'll be back and finish this beer, and then I was gonna say I'm gonna go take my Ambien, but I don't want to take my Ambien and then come back on.
That is
We,
Report it on the
Slightly-
internet.
slightly alcoholic and less sweetened
Oh, no.
lemonade is what I just drank.
it's a low ABV though, so it should be any alcohol really coming through. Right? It's like 4.6 or something.
I mean, it tastes more alcoholic than regular lemonade would, but honestly, it tastes like
does it
lemonade
taste-
with less sweetener.
Not
and
sure.
a
Is it
bit
sugary or
more alcohol?
not sugary or anything? Then if it's
Now, I love Double Clutch. I think they do amazing beer. I've had many
Mm-hmm.
of their beers. This is probably not one I'd go back to, but
Mm.
I will never stop going to them because their beer is excellent.
And it's also
all right.
though.
Well, that's how we keep it real on the show, so it's all
Yeah.
good.
So, I mean, it's fine. They have like the Woody with the boards on top on the thing, which is funny because I had the song come on today on my phone, unsolicited. So that's interesting. And Chu, I don't think saw that part because he was still working when that happened. So he did not know of that connection when he brought me that beer. So I'm thinking lots of weird things are happening.
Lots of things
Now-
are happening.
now- don't look now, but there's an apparition behind your head right now. Just saying.
That's my umbrella light
No, it's on the other side.
over here.
I said not to look.
This is a indoor bocce ball
I
set.
got balls in the bag.
Yes, it's an indoor bocce ball set that we bought for our wedding.
Balls in the bag. Wait a minute, is that an innuendo? Is like your balls are in a bag now that you got married?
No, we were looking for interactive things for all the tables.
Want to trade?
Wait, she wants to trade with me.
Nothing. Do you want to
Oh,
trade?
I do want to trade because I don't like this. Yes, but it's not Oktoberfest. It's October Fiesta.
Oh, Chew brought you another beer instead.
Chew, you enjoy that J BeerVentures glass, my friend.
So this is Around the Bend Brewing Company. It's October Fiesta. It's on honestly, I don't have a canned on date, but this is from October. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But they did
Little
their
Lionel.
Oktoberfest with chili peppers. So you
There
have
you
your
go.
Oktoberfest flavor, and then you have a spice kick on the end, and it's lovely. So,
Little Lionel Richie Fiesta forever.
No, I made it most of the night the other night.
did you hear him?
What do you say?
He said, "This beer tastes good from a Rod J cup."
That's right.
That's right. But
And
yeah,
choose-
so this one's an
Kind of scratch
Oktoberfest straight up, but it has chili peppers in it, so you get a little heat.
A little bit of heat.
That's all.
I like a little heat though.
It's
Inside.
tasty. It's
And I
delicious.
didn't take Ambien.
But it's also 6 months old. 7, 8? How many months old is that? October.
Well, that was right done in September.
Potato.
I mean, if it's still good, it's still good.
Honestly, that's beautiful, actually. I think it actually is nicer now that it's sat.
Let it mellowed a little bit.
Oh, I like that. I do have a little heat on the back end, but it's just barely there. That's lovely.
I feel like the dates sometimes are a little overrated. Sometimes.
Well, they put a date out there, but you can, depending on how you store it and keep it, you can go past.
No, that's
that
what I'm
too
saying.
sometimes.
Yes, I feel like yes. There's a
Unless
lot
you
of-
like Eric, unless you like Eric,
Unless
unless you're like Eric, and you get a 6-year-old Brooklyn beer. I mean,
Yeah,
you
right.
can't say that. Yeah.
Hey, but
It
if
goes
he's enjoying
Plop,
it,
plop, fizz, fizz,
No,
and
he didn't
pour it.
enjoy it, Shannon. We like saw that. We're like, what do you drink? Like, yeah, it was terrible. It was.
but I can relate.
Look at syrup.
No, but I can relate because you all don't. I mean, like, I'm drinking it, and like, yeah, there might be other things that are better, but I am enjoying this.
No,
right now.
not better when you
No,
see like chunks floating in your
No,
beer.
we're saying a 6-year-old beer that had
But some people like.
chunks. coming
Some
out.
people are okay with chunks.
Nobody
Well,
wants
He
chunks in
wasn't
their
okay
beer.
with that.
Nobody wants chunks in their beer.
No, right.
Just so you know, around the bend, October Fiesta.
That is cool. Can art
Excellent
right
when
there.
it sits.
You may have the best can art tonight, Matt.
Yeah, the can art's amazing. But
Good
this
artwork.
one is actually really, really nice when it sits for 9 months. I still haven't done the math because I can't
Yeah.
count right now.
Speaking of can art, one of the things from the Great American Beer, not Great American Beer Fest, the craft beer, the Cambies, CAMB down in Nashville, the category I was judging one of the ones I voted for was the Great Lakes Christmas Ale, and they ended up winning the category there, which was pretty cool.
Oh,
So,
nice.
for their Christmas Ale packaging, which is pretty sweet. They always got nice details, nice information. It's always nice artwork they do. So,
That's fun.
but choose a fan of capers,
Yes.
canned mystery meat wars, right? Yeah.
Sounds like a good TV show.
Pickled herring on a fried egg sandwich. I don't even know where you're going right now, Mountain Moon, but just from that, said that it's just to gross you out. Got to have it with pickled egg sandwich. Ooh. Turn your head inside out and give you the gurgles. What is she?
Honestly, I would do a pickled
like a
herring and
riddle.
fried egg sandwich.
I ain't
I
messing
would.
with any of that. And,
I would do that.
sardines with old cheddar and a cracker, good eating. No.
I agree,
Sardines,
Eric.
no.
Ooh.
That
I'm
sounds
right
I
like
would
a
probably do that.
Don't
That
do
sounds
it.
like
It's a
a
trap.
can.
It's a trap. It's right.
I love pickled
Basically,
herring.
pork
though.
hash. Yeah, I would go with that, JT. Kind of like a pork
I don't
hash
know
with
what pork hash
scrapple.
is either.
You never had hash before? Corned beef hash or anything like that?
What, me?
Have you ever had
I've
mush?
it.
No, I never had mush. I know about mush, but
I love corned beef hash. Chew and I
Yeah.
had it 2
What do you
days ago.
eat chicken nuggets all the time, Rod? Chicken nuggets and yogurt. Like, do you eat anything else?
who
Like,
eats chicken
every
nuggets?
time
You eat
don't-
chicken nuggets?
We're like,
I love
never
chicken
had
nuggets.
That. I never had that.
I don't know why she
You
would.
just eat chicken nuggets.
I
all
get
the
the
What?
time.
20 pack, but I
What?
get 2
Big
of them
Macs.
because I'm going to eat them cold later.
I feel like Shannon would. I feel like Shannon went after the chicken nuggets people, like a vengeance there. I don't know why. I don't know why you went after the chicken nuggets people.
I know she was
Love
harsh
chicken
on that,
nuggets.
wasn't she?
And why
No,
she
I'm
holding?
a chicken nugget fan. I love chicken nuggets, but
And why she holding her vape like she's hitting a joint? That's what I
that's
want
not
to know.
even my vape. Oh, here's my vape.
Oh,
I do. You know, yeah, that's a fair
Puff,
statement.
puff, pass.
That is a fair statement. I think, like, I'm always like, so
I'm like,
happy.
that's why you guys are outside.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes,
I
yes.
know.
Oh,
She does.
no.
Totally
Oh, I think he's talking about the sardines and stuff.
No,
I
I think that's how he says Ohio.
Oh,
Ohio.
I know. Oh.
Oh,
Female called
what she
Canadian
calls
So it's
bacon.
ham bacon. It's like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
oh, okay.
I
So
mean,
that's too chewy.
Canadian bacon.
Mountain Dew's like just drink.
Drink.
And now
Beer.
drinking Indictment Handshake, a shot of Bullet Bourbon and New Glarus 2 Woman Lager. An Indictment
Yes.
Handshake. You should
Yeah.
coin that term there.
Oh my God. Every time I hear handshake, I'm going to remember
Drink.
that little boy that, like, Mandy's
Oh, yes.
never
Need
doing.
3 now. So Louisiana. So New Orleans is basically an isolated, located south of the South. If you're from Indiana, you're corn-fed.
Oh, I'm definitely corn-fed. You can look at me and tell me I'm corn-fed. I'm
Actually,
Northern
corn-fed.
Ontario
Illinois
is
is
10
pretty
hours.
corn-fed too, so I can't say much.
So Mountain Moon is like 10 hours from where Gilbert probably is in. But yeah, Ontario is takes up a big amount of space. My go-to celebrity, she gets spoiled by YouTubers. They send her fancy leashes, jewel collars. She got her own new sheet and comforter set. She is my pet, like a dog follows and hangs out. Wow.
Are you
Actually,
making
yeah, the
shit up?
goat's
Because
pretty
I
cute.
want to see who your goat is.
Goats are pretty. You can follow Mountain Moon. Follow Mountain Moon on YouTube.
Yeah, follow Mountain Moon. Her goat's adorable. You have to follow her. She's
I love
amazing.
goats.
Well, here they do a lot of breweries are pretty much probably the spot they do them the most. They got like the goat yoga where goats come in for yoga and stuff.
Well,
No,
for
that's
people.
the little goats though. Her goat is a big goat. It's a nanny goat. It has like babies and stuff. Like it's so cute though. It's just I love her goat.
Like, I like goats, but their eyes kind of freak me out because they're
Well,
like.
okay, rectangular pupils is a little odd. I admit that. Her
It
goat
is.
is cute.
But I feel like that's because they're like, listen, I'm so special that I have to have like some kind of force field out there to make not everybody think I'm special. So that's their eyes, or they're like, I got.
No, they're like, you looking at me?
You know it's
You
not
look at
just goats, right? It's sheep and octopi as well.
Well, I've never got face to
rectangular
face
pupils.
with those other species, but
You can play Goat Simulator on PlayStation. Where you go
I
around
don't
as
know
a
what
goat.
that means, but that's
You go
very
around as a goat. You're a goat in the game. You do goat things. I don't know what that would all be.
goodness.
I haven't played it, but it's a fun game that people seem to like.
I want to do goat things. Like jump on
Drinkability, if you don't gag, you
eat
can
tin
drink it.
cans and jump on
Plus,
people's backs.
It's all about not gagging for sure.
God, you all are just taking it too far tonight.
I'm answering the comments, Shannon.
Oh, it's not all about gagging.
Isn't that what I just said? That's what I just said.
He apparently disagrees.
Oh, okay. Just don't understand.
Creole
that.
immigrant culture developed in New Orleans, 1920s, signified different. Yeah, for the yeah, I would definitely agree.
Mountain Moon probably got 2 new subscribers now.
Balls go in purse after the wedding. Yeah.
Sounds like too much to carry around in your purse.
Yeah.
Make it symbolism
I
for
know that
chew
makes my
there.
purse too heavy. Oh, beer. Shoot.
I've had that beer mal lager like that. It's still good months later if kept cold. There you go.
Around the Bend is just
Again, it's
rocking.
all
It
storage.
doesn't matter. Everything from Around the Bend has been rocking. I've never had a bad beer from that brewery ever. They're just phenomenal.
Mountain, if you watch our show like every week, yeah, by the time we're done, we're all pretty much got the munchies because we get hungry because we talk about food at some point. Yeah.
Some weird things.
Which I got Reese's Pieces ice cream again from Breyers, vanilla ice cream with Reese's Pieces in it. Oh, it is so freaking good. I got to pace myself out during the course of the week to actually enjoy it. Yeah.
Who makes it?
Breyers.
Breyers?
You guys get Breyers ice cream?
Yeah, you get Bluebell though. Bluebell
is pretty freaking good.
No, Breyers has the Reese's Pieces deal. They get the Reese's Pieces now. They just came out with it with the vanilla.
Sounds like something somebody would say that's never had Bluebell.
I've had. Why you gotta hate so much?
Okay.
What's going on there?
Not really.
Breyers is excellent. They have a lot of great flavors. Bluebell has Rabbit Tracks, and Rabbit Tracks
Bluebell
is my jam.
What's the rabbit track?
Freaking good though.
Like
Rabbit Tracks
Bluebell
is chocolate covered peanut butter rabbits, little candies inside, and then like peanut butter cups and all the stuff. So Bluebell may have the Reese's Pieces one, which I do love Reese's Pieces, but they do have the Rabbit Tracks, and they are excellent. So,
like, I'm a little judgy with just vanilla ice cream, but I would eat a whole. Like, I'm like, I don't want to just get some vanilla ice cream, but if it was Bluebell, I would eat that whole thing.
What about Ben and Jerry's? Ben and Jerry's has probably the most flavors out there.
Listen, I'm telling you, I'm telling you.
I'm not
you
knocking
can-
Bluebell. I'm
you
saying,
can.
but Ben and Jerry's has some pretty good stuff.
What
Yeah,
about
they do
graders?
have really good stuff. They had the
Wow.
triple brownie.
Yeah,
Ben and Jerry's had the
Now
triple
you're missing
brownie
out.
that
Now
was
you're
to
missing
die
out
for.
French fries.
yeah. No, we get graders here actually.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh,
We get because graders ships all over now, so we get graders in
No,
our
a very
store.
heartbreaking event in my life was when the Bluebell factory got like was some kind of bacteria in their like company, and they stopped making it. And then I'm like,
That's because everybody was taking the
Yeah.
lid off the and
because
glucking
it
and
was
then put
so
it back in
good.
the freezer.
It was so good that the employees were doing that.
No, it was in the stores. They were.
You know what's funny about the food thing? Like, so Smithfield had that thing that happened in their factories during the COVID type stuff or whatever. So I feel like I cannot buy a Smithfield product anymore. The bacon, the sausage, I just feel like it might be tainted in some way. I cannot buy their brand. I buy other brands. I don't buy Smithfield anymore.
Well, you must not have really liked Smith's because I
No. I mean, I would get it from here and there, but it was before they had the factory shut down. for
Well, they
contamination.
Bluebell did too. And I'm like,
See,
I don't care if the guy on the assembly line takes a piss in that
No,
gallon of
that
ice
was
cream.
because
I
the guy that
don't care. I'm eating it. It's so good.
That's because the guy that was stocking it was looking at the top of it.
You and R. Kelly.
Am I gonna die? Am I gonna die? No, I'm not gonna die.
Rod, you made it
I'll
so
be
much
alright.
worse.
R. Kelly mellow yellow.
I'm just telling you. You need to try it.
Yeah, if you get Bluebell, definitely try it.
It's like
It's totally
it's
good.
expensive. It's like $8-9 for like a
Quart
Quart of
or a gallon.
Oh, see, well, I get a Rod J deal, so I'll be good.
I love your
Right,
confidence.
Yes.
By the way, Mountain Moon said beer, so drink.
I'm done.
Chicago Handshake is a beer
I'm
with
going
a
to
shot of
bed.
Malort.
Like
Malort
I
I never had, but that's like one I feel like I wouldn't want to
And we
drink
need,
that much.
yeah.
Oh, Rod J,
Right.
you're
Here,
coming
totally.
here next week, aren't you?
Week after.
When you arrive, I will introduce you to Chicago with a Chicago handshake. I think that is an important thing. But
Oh, that
this is
sounds
just a
naughty.
beer shot, and it's
Yeah,
supposed to be.
What's
Oh,
the
shoot,
Chicago
what was the beer?
handshake
There's a
entail?
specific beer for that.
I feel like
She's
Chicago
gonna-
Handshake.
She's gonna run up the stairs, and he's gonna tell me.
Is it a Cosby beer?
There's a specific
Did they
beer
get it
you're supposed
before
to
or
do. Old style. Old
Old
style
style.
beer with a
Oh,
shot of
there you go.
Malort.
Old
You have
style,
the shot of
yes.
Malort, and then you have the old style. Oh, it's
Good
PBR. He's yelling. I don't
PBR.
think it's PBR. That's Milwaukee. I think it's an old style.
No, Old Style is Chicago.
Either way, you will
We're
have
about to wrap up,
induct
Shannon.
into the
Well, I'm wrapping
Chicago
up
way
right
of
now.
thinking by having a Malort shot. So we will take care of that when you're here.
I feel like a Chicago Handshake makes me think of Al Pacino, not Al Pacino, Al Capone, like something's gonna happen in the background.
I'm not doing it.
No, one shot's not enough for that. But it's after the 5th or 6th shot you have to worry.
Yeah.
But I told you the brew tubers are coming in end of July, and when they all come in, that's going to be my introduction
Yeah,
to
probably,
them to
but-
the
Nice.
city of Chicago as a Chicago handshake. It's going to be an old style with Malort. So they're all getting introduced to Chicago that way.
Yeah, I know our friend Dave Beerfriend. I know he's done the Malort stuff too. So yeah.
Mhm.
Chicago handshake.
Oh yeah, Chicago.
The two
handshake.
women lager is delicious, easily drinking rating 100%. Nice, JT. I want to know what goat things. I don't know what goat things are either. It's just a game, goat simulator. I'm like,
Chew, you don't want to know what goat things are. Stop asking.
you go around as a goat and do different things. Speaking of Chew, funny thing I saw earlier today on Facebook was a image that had a picture of Bon Jovi. You know, Bon Jovi's older now, right? And it was like he was on the thing, and it was like on Jay Leno or whoever it was at the time when he was on Tonight Show or whatever. And it's like John, and he's like, this is John Bon Jovi out here looking like one of the Golden Girls, and they had him in a turtleneck.
Oh,
and then
God.
on the other side it was B. Arthur in the turtleneck, and they looked almost like alike.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's funny.
Oh, that was a funny meme that I saw earlier. Machine is sending me a bag of polka dot jewelry for her. Now I can get my butt kicked by a goat in the armor. The goat's getting a lot of love. study collars and black leather be worse than a teenager.
Lovely.
This goat has to have an Instagram page too.
Oh God, butterfly wings.
Trying to put one on her, she reared up, taller than me now, and wouldn't have none of it. She punk, go figure.
Yeah, she doesn't like your butterfly wings.
That is funny. People love watching animals, though. So
yeah, and her goat is adorable.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to pause for just a moment. I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll wait for Mal to come back. We'll probably get ready to wrap up here in a couple minutes. We said earlier, but you know how it rolls.
Right?
Yeah. It's kind of like
always mean well, but never ends up.
We started a little bit later tonight that we got into roll with things.
Well,
that's great everybody in.
Yes, yeah. We'll blame it on that.
Yeah. But thanks for everybody that tuned in, and it's definitely been a fun night as always. And we do this every Thursday to get everybody ready for heading into the weekend. So hopefully your Friday is a little bit more smoother and you can have a great time. If you're new, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that alarm and all that stuff so you're aware when we do these live streams. I want to do some more stuff possibly during the course of the week as well. Just finding time to do stuff is always the problem. So
well, it's cool. Thomas Meadow got to jump on.
Yeah. So, like I said, I'll be bringing more people on as we go. Upcoming things on the channel, we're going to go ahead and get a thing set. I spoke to Linda out of Mad River. I'm going to have her back on here at some point to talk about their new beer release out at what they're doing. And then I'm still trying to get back in touch with who did I say reached out to me a couple weeks ago? Left Hand that reached out about possibly doing something. So we'll love to get them on here and talk about the beers they're doing because they're doing some excellent stuff out west.
There you go. To get some of them on live if you can.
Yeah. So
sure. Instead of doing, it's you do you, whichever you want to do.
Yeah. Well, that would probably be that.
That'd be cool to have him on live because you get people like chiming in also.
Yeah. So we'll probably talk about their brewery at some point here and stuff. So, and there's some other ones I want to reach back out to as well. So it's just a matter of getting that done. And I am going to actually bring back more of the brewing type stuff, the hop series, talk about some of the yeast type stuff on the channel and do some other stuff there. So the beer review stuff will still pop up here and there. I'm going to try to cut back a little bit on that stuff and get some of the other stuff that I want to do. More beer news is going to be coming to the channel. Everybody seems to really enjoy the beer news type stuff. So I'm going to try to do some more of that.
I think for sure like the news, the hops, things that pertain to beer that people may not know about. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I always liked the hop series that you used to do.
Yeah. I want to bring it back. It's funny. I started seeing more people taking more of a look at that. I just had like the one I did on the Simcoe hop is starting to pop up a little bit more, and a couple of the other ones. So I'm going to get it. I didn't really get into a lot more of the more popular ones like Cascade and Citra and some of the other stuff. So I'm going to be doing more of the hop videos and sharing stuff there for the people that like to watch, that like to brew, and what to look for, when you're tasting beers. Even if you're not a brewer, you should pick up from the beer when you're actually tasting it.
Especially like the one that Mal was doing tonight, like the specialty hop or whatever they were doing in that beer that she had.
Yeah.
Mal, you're still on mute. It's
okay. I didn't try to talk. I just held up the can.
The Trailgazer. Yeah.
Theo.
Yeah, just shoot me a text there. It'll be, right now it's looking like it'll be the 20th. I think that'll be that Tuesday is when I'll be freed up the most that day, and then possibly the 23rd that Friday. Because they're nice. They got us going to like festivals or dinners or something. I think we had one night we were like out on the lake doing something.
I know I'm working the 20th, but we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, just let me know, and appreciate you, Mountain Moon. Thanks for the sub there, and it's been great. And keep coming back every Thursday. We have fun, and we try to start out with a plan, of course, and then we just see where it goes. But
Mountain Moon's one of my favorite people of all time. She was amazing.
Yeah.
So,
And I look forward to checking you out and finding out about this goat that you got there. So apparently the goat is the big
You gotta
thing,
check
too.
out the goat.
Well,
It's
Yeah,
cute.
yeah.
She got 2 new subscribers tonight because I subscribed and Shane did too, I think.
There you go. It's a nice sweetheart, Mallory. Love you, sister. Night Chew. Yeah. And let me see here. Then JT was drinking an Espionage Act indictment and shaking a shot of Rittenhouse Rye and 2 woman lager. You know, we could have went a different way with the whole Rittenhouse name as well. Yeah. But yeah, JT's and everything there. Yeah, that's interesting. Go things mean zero freedom to go anywhere, have any time to yourself, like 100-pound tower that breaks into the house, wrecks your stuff, eat your lunch, eat your butt doing it. What did Napoleon Dynamite have? He was that an emu that he had to take care of in the movie? Llama. It was a llama. It was a llama. Yeah.
Yes,
It was
yes.
just like, yeah.
Yes. He's jumping over the fence.
He's trying to feed it. Come eat your food. Like
yes. God, what was the name of that? I can see it, but I can hear it, but I can't think of what it is.
That's a classic film. I love watching that one too once in a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like that was one. I feel like that's one of the films when you watch it every single time you see something different every single time you watch it.
Yeah. Uncle Rico throwing footballs out there. Yeah.
I didn't even know there were goat emojis. She found goat emojis.
Yeah, she was goat emoji right there.
Yeah.
Okay, hand me out the real Canadian bacon.
Love you, sweetie. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Well, thanks for everybody that tuned in. We're going to sign off. Unless, says Mal, says I got you here. Anything you want to announce for your channel before we sign off here?
No. Honestly, I've had several job changes, which have been a little awkward for filming, which has slowed us down a little bit. But we'll sort it out and we'll get moving again. We've been doing mostly short form videos for right now, but yeah, it'll get sorted.
Okay. Well, thanks for everybody that tuned in. We're going to go ahead and jump off here and head out. But hopefully everybody has a great Friday and to a great weekend. If you're out there in the areas like I'm in, with the whole fire stuff, stay safe and I guess wear your mask and stuff like that, and with all the smoke kicking around. But one of those nature type things, we'll get through it. I guess I'm pretty sure it might have been a dumb American that started that fire in Canada. I don't know. I'm just thinking.
Sure.
I feel like that might be the case, but
Cigarette butt? Oh, who cares? Whatever. Just
throw the butt over there or something like that. But yeah, so no, but stay safe out there. Always love having you guys in, and we will catch up with you all next week.
JT,
great to have.
Sweet. Thank you.
Great to have Mal back as well. So y'all have a good one and talk to you soon.
Cheers.